Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
Shall I start, sir?
Please, ma'am.
So, good morning to everyone, and a warm welcome to the day 3 session of the refresher program on NBA accreditation, preparation, and evaluation. Today, first session is based on the criteria 1, that is vision, mission, and program educational objective. And session 2 is based on criteria 2, that is program curriculum and teaching learning process. And we have Dr. Raipati Subbarao, sir. Sir is currently working as an associate professor in mechanical engineering department at NITTR Kolkata. He obtained PhD from IIT Madras and MTech from IIT Delhi. Dr. Subbarao sir has more than 17 years of experience in teaching, research and development and training. His previous employers include IIT Delhi, VIT University, Vellore and BIT. He has more than 90 publications in reputed international journals and conferences. He is a member of various professional societies. He has been a reviewer for journals and reputed conferences. He was involved in works like EU Asia Link Program, ABET, USA, and NBA accreditations. Earlier, he had worked in USA and visited Korea for presenting papers. His area of research are turbo machinery, CFD, and counter-rotating turbines, SOFC GT, and alternative fuels. His major credits are he has 10 SCI publication and 21 Scopus publication. He developed 45 Gyan Darshan videos. He organized 90 faculty development programs and workshops. He also worked for the MOOC course on academic and research report writing and successfully offered on SWAYAM MOOC for 4 times with large number of participants. On behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I welcome you, sir, and I hand over the session to Dr. Raipati Subbarao, sir. Sir, please proceed.
Thank you, ma'am. I must thank the coordinator, Varsha ma'am, and the principal of GP Thane for giving me the opportunity to take part in this kind of training programs.
Welcome, sir.
So if you stop presenting, I'll be able to, I think. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, please check whether slide change is there. No.
No, sir.
Okay, I will do as before. Now, in this way, I think slide change is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, once again, good morning, participants. Myself, Dr. Raipati Subbarao, faculty in Mechanical Engineering Department in NITTR Kolkata. In this session, I would like to deal with criteria 1 and criteria 2. We are dealing with NBA accreditation, criteria 1 and criteria 2. I would like to cover why accreditation is required, main purpose, impact of accreditation, benefits to the institute, accreditation criteria, and criteria 1 and 2. Already you might have been thoroughly given obtained inputs from various resource persons are like, but I would like to deal with in a different way so that you will clearly understand why it is required and for what purpose you are expected to be there as NBA coordinator or like. And then we will straight away deal with criteria, and then criteria 1 and 2 especially we will deal with. So why accreditation is required? All the time people are faculty normally, they expect that it is very complex process and it is unnecessary or something like. Actually, it adds to our resume. If you work for NBA accreditation, it will add to your resume. NBA accredited experience is better when compared to the non-NBA accredited experience. So that is where we should work for our institute if at all they are going for NBA accreditation. Mainly why accreditation? To promote and recognize excellence in technical education in engineering institutes, diploma, UG and PG. So whatever may be the program you are in, whether it is diploma, UG and PG, you are expected to go for some kind of improvement in quality, or show the world that you are best among the lot. ACT approval is for running the program. ACT approval is for running the program, and like that there are many institutes running the same program, right? So obviously you must be the best among the lot, so that you will get better admissions and better output, are like how companies will be coming towards the organization for placements, are like, or how for that matter why students should come to your organization, why same thing is being offered by another institute that is looking attractive, or like, right? So there are different number of organizations, different number of institutes offering the same program, and student is in confusion in which institute he has to go. So that is why NBA accreditation is required, right? So whatever may be the program you are offering, so to promote and recognize excellence in technical education in engineering institutes, diploma, UG and PG, you are expected to go for NBA accreditation. And mainly institutions, students, employees and the public at large benefit from the external verification of the processes carried out through the accreditation process. So whatever the processes you are dealing with in NBA accreditation, so the public at large will be benefited. Mainly your institute will be benefited. So that is what students, employers and overall public will be benefited, right? So institutions, students, employers and the public at large benefit from the external verification of the processes carried out through the accreditation process. And you will come to know who are actually benefited from this kind of process. So that is stakeholders. You should finalize at this point of time who will be the stakeholders of your program. All the time be worried about your program. Suppose you are a senior faculty, or you are a sincere faculty, or you want to be the best among the lot, or like, so worry about your program and worry about your self-assessment report. If you are good at if you want to be the best faculty among the lot, try to prepare the self-assessment report for your program and be the role model for others. And why I am saying this, stakeholders are very, very important to any program. Who are the main stakeholders? Faculty and students. The institute or the program stands on faculty and students. And apart from these people, there are something like alumni, employers or industry, parents, etc. as stakeholders. So we should finalize now itself confidence and assurance on quality to the stakeholders, including students, stakeholders, faculty, students, alumni, employers or industry, parents. So you should finalize now itself whether you want to include parents or not. Other four are expected to be there: faculty, students, alumni, employers or industry are expected to be there. And you want to consider parents as a stakeholder or not, you need to decide, right? All of you, please, if you are representing a particular institute or a program, please finalize the stakeholders accordingly. Then last one, institutes get benefit from the process of continuous quality improvement. All the time people are worried about quality, and again continuous quality improvement. What do you mean by continuous quality improvement, or for that matter quality with regard to teaching learning process, how best you are teaching and how best the student is learning? That is very, very important for any program. And continuous quality improvement means the process, whatever you are saying that you are having quality, or like, that should be in a continuous improvement aspect. That is why the term continuous quality improvement is very, very important. Friends, all this is about why accreditation, right? Moving further, we have main purpose. Before going further, ma'am, audio is clear? I would like to check whether audio is clear, madam.
Yes, sir, audio is clear.
Very, thank you.
Can you please try once again that slideshow option, sir?
Slideshow option is not working, I think. That's why I will try again. You see, can you see the change of slide? No.
Sir, please click on that slideshow.
I think that is not working. Now it is showing? No.
No, sir. Actually, that home insert design transition animator and slideshow option is there. Please click on that.
That also it is not working. I think
Why?
these days they are
Next one. Third one
willingly
is the slideshow. Before
uh,
review.
before.
Review. Before review.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That is not actually working.
From
Custom slideshow, shall I say, or from from
from
beginning,
current from current side.
from current slide.
Yes.
Now, if I change, can you see? Can you see the change?
No, sir. No.
That's it.
Okay. Fine.
Google Meet and Zoom and everybody they have done like that only. Anyway,
Okay.
so friends, all this is about why accreditation, right? Institutes get benefit from the process of institutes get benefit from the process of continuous quality improvement. So you are expected to be all the time worried about continuous quality improvement. Friends, all this is about why accreditation. Moving further, we have main purpose. What is the main purpose, right? So all this is with regard to why accreditation. Moving further, we have why we need to go for, that is what is the main purpose of going for NBA accreditation. What is the main purpose? Support and advice, confidence and assurance on quality, assurance of the good standing of an institution. Suppose you are going for NBA accreditation, then only you are expected to have continuous admissions, right? So continuous admissions in the sense, so better input and better output. So based on the admissions, you will have placements and all. So if you have better admissions, better placements. So that will ensure that the good standing of an institution is ensured. Then enabling an institution to state publicly that it has satisfied all the requirements for satisfactory operation and maintenance of quality in education. So every time we are worried about quality in education all the time. So once for all, I must tell you. So why accreditation is required? Institutes get benefit from the process of continuous quality improvement. Quality in the sense with regard to teaching learning process. Again, continuous quality improvement. So when compared to the last semester, how better you have done. That is what continuous quality improvement, right? Friends, all this is about why accreditation. Then we have main purpose. We will get support and advice, confidence and assurance on quality, assurance of the good standing of an institution, enabling an institution to state publicly that you are offering quality education. All this is about main purpose. Then we have impact of accreditation. So you must have clear cut knowledge. So all the time, why our college authorities are asking for NBA accreditation? It is complex, and then they are asking us to take more load or like, right? So why it is required actually? So one term is like quality improvement. Quality improvement, right? Various programs have different quality initiatives. So different people obtain different teaching methods are like, so there comes the aspect of improvement. So quality improvement, improve student enrollment. That means admissions will be continuous, right? And so that long standing of the institute, as mentioned in the previous slide, we can ensure. Why all the time NITs or IITs will be long standing or reputed, or like, why not our GP Thane or Polytechnic, Nanded Polytechnic, or for that matter Aurangabad Polytechnic, or like, right? So any polytechnic or any engineering college, even though in remote place, are like, can be better reputed, and then they can go into an NIRF ranking. All this is possible if you go for NBA kind of accreditation. First NBA accreditation, if you do, then all things will be very much clear. Processes, if you follow for strictly for NBA accreditation, things will be very clear. As a faculty, you will be very happy. So it's a cycle is for 6 years. And once you do it with the coordinated effort among the faculty, just like that alone you cannot do. It is possible only with coordinated effort among the faculty. Once you do 6 years, you can do the same thing. So no worry at all. And if NBA accredited experience is better when compared to non-NBA accredited experience, definitely. If you apply for higher positions, what they will see, in what kind of better institute you have worked, whether they are accredited or whether they are into NIRF ranking or not, right? Even while applying, even every application I am putting for IIT faculty positions are reputed institutes, NIT, are like, so they will ask like this only. What kind of experience, whether it is NIRF ranked institute or accredited institute experience or not, right? So that is what improve. That is what you should have, that kind of scenario. Otherwise, you will not have student enrollment. So if you are NBA accredited institute, definitely it will improve that admission aspect. That is, improve student enrollment. Then securing necessary funds. ACT is there, DST is there, or some Hindustan Aeronautical Limited or somebody else, DRDO. So there are many reputed organizations, they want to sponsor polytechnics and engineering colleges. Just like that, they will select, no, they will select only accredited and NIRF ranked institute. All right. So obviously, for securing funds for the development of labs or for research or consultancy, right? Then enhances employability of pass out students. Input is there, suppose, and how best the output, how students, how the employers will be attracted, how the industry people will come to know that people are doing good kind of education, people are getting quality education in GP Thane, or like how they will come to know through NBA accreditation. What is the next step? If you are saturated, sir, we have already got NBA accreditation. What is the next step? NIRF. Sir, we are into NIRF top 20. Then what is the next step? So everywhere there is opportunity to go further, right? First, do with NBA accreditation, and you will definitely appreciate that is very much important for your career and your resume, right? So enhances employability of pass out students. So industries will be attracted if you are NBA accredited, so that they will come to the campus and select students. So that is enhances employability of pass out students. Then motivates faculty. So all the time faculty are not that much what you say, active. You say all the time, sir, are you happy with your salary? No, boss, I'm not happy with my salary. Or are you happy with your workload? Or too much workload we are getting. So this kind of attitude will not be there if you are NBA accredited. It will definitely motivate faculty for doing better for their career. First, your career only. I must tell you clearly, NBA accreditation is not like it is not like any theoretical course. It is practical course. This kind of training program is very much practical, right? So no need of any manipulation, right? Straight away you should talk. It is NBA accreditation is for your resume, for your development, then for your institute or your program. How you know? So NBA accredited institute experience will be very much valid. And if you are thorough with all the processes, getting employment will be very easy. And you can move slightly, you can move up the ladder easily for better opportunities and all, even if it is government sector or private sector, right? Motivates faculty to participate actively in academic and related institutional or departmental activities, helps create sound and challenging academic environment in the institution, and contributes to social and economic development of the country by producing high quality technical manpower. You need not worry about the country, you need not worry about the state, you need not worry about. Indirectly these things will be taken care if you are going for accreditation and NIRF ranking. All the time people talk about pillars of the nation, right? Better citizens of the country. No need of, you need not worry about. All indirectly that will be taken care, right? So if you go, that is what the impact of accreditation. Friends, all this is about impact of accreditation. I hope all of you are here. And moving further, we have benefits to the institute. So your aspect you have understood. And then what about what are the benefits to the institute, right? You will come to know about your strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. What do you mean by strengths? Good faculty, good students, then good facilities. Strengths. Weaknesses: faculty do not go to class regularly, or faculty do not go to the class on time, or faculty do not provide material, something like, or some faculty is not interested in teaching, or like. So where we need to stress ourselves so that our program can be the best program in the world. right? If you troubleshoot yourself, then only you will understand, you will become best among the lot, right? You will come to know about positive things and negative things in the sense not necessary about faculty. Just like that, I am giving examples, not necessarily about faculty. It may be with students, or it may be with facilities, or it may be with processes. I'll give you one example. One of our friends in our earlier university, reputed university, he was not interested in teaching, but he was in good at management, managing things. He will do management, very good management. So what we have done, the organization, the university, that reputed university didn't ask him to go out. They asked him, they gave the load, they reduced the teaching load. They made him teaching assistant in drawing classes. Main lecturer will teach, and he will take care of the supporting activities. And slowly he gained interest in teaching, and after 5 6 years or like, he was good faculty or like. So we reduced his teaching load, and we made him movie club coordinator, that projects coordinator, hostel warden, something like. So every organization have different activities to be performed a day, on a day-to-day basis. Every organization, for that matter, every program has certain activities. So in that, suppose even myself, if you say, during the introduction, madam has told about different activities I do. I take care of teaching, I take care of training, and research. These three are very very important. I do take care of. And then I am QAP coordinator, I'm PhD coordinator, QAP coordinator, and PG coordinator both, and administrative activities, and all 5 6 7 areas you need to work on. And I take care of MOOC programs. I take care of Nandarsan videos. I'm interested in preparing video lecture materials for Doordarshan, that is Nandarsan. So 7 areas are like I'm working on based on my interest. And I'm suppose if you say you make me hostel warden, or you ask me to conduct some event, I'll not be able to do. Right? You make me you make me the coordinator for annual function. I'll not be able to do. Or you make me hostel warden, I'll not be able to do. So certain activities are performed good by certain faculty, and certain activities are not able to be performed good or liked by certain faculty. So that means positive things, negative things, and opportunity. Accordingly, your program will excel. All right. So helps the institution to know its strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. Then initiates institutions into innovative and modern methods of pedagogy. What do you mean by pedagogy? The art and science of teaching learning process. Every time people, during the training programs, you will come across this. What is pedagogy? People are expected to go for the training of OBE, or you go for the technology of pedagogy. You understand about pedagogy. Simple. From now onwards, don't be tense about pedagogy. Pedagogy is nothing but the teaching learning process. Pedagogy is nothing but teaching learning process, the art and science of teaching learning process. How best you are teaching, and how best the student is learning. Right? That itself is pedagogy. What is innovation? Every time people are worried about innovation. What do you mean by innovative methods? Apart from the regular one or general one, what are the other methods you are trying to improvise so that your teaching learning process is best? That is innovative method. I take care of thermodynamics. I take thermodynamics course. I use Chalkpiece and Blackboard all the time. Suppose I use PPT, innovative method for me. Or suppose if I teach that means I use animations or videos, that is innovation for me. So there are certain methods of innovative methods of pedagogy, are simply, technically speaking, group task, collaborative learning, using computational components, right? Using more practicality, introducing more practicality into the theory course, practical approach. You give practice, just like that. Don't talk about theory all the time. Introduce more practicality into the lectures. All these are officially treated as pedagogy methods. From now onwards, don't worry about pedagogy all the time. Pedagogy is nothing but the art and science of teaching learning process. And OBE. Can anybody tell about OBE? Outcome based education. You are expected to go for a training. Somebody is giving training program. Principal sir will ask us to register again and again, same topic or something like. Why? Because they simply he will say, hey, they are not thorough with OBE. Outcome based education. OBE means outcome based education. It is nothing new. What we have been doing it for the last 15-20 years are like same thing will be valid. How you are doing the teaching, same thing will be valid. But only you will be worried about how the student is doing. Outcome in the sense abilities expected at the end of the course, that is course outcome. Abilities expected at the end of the program, that is program outcome. You must be worried about what students are gaining at the end of the program or at the end of the course. Just like the teaching, your target is to teach something and come out of the class. That has been there till now. So people wanted to introduce outcome based education. Why? You must be worried about the abilities expected by the end of the course or program from the student. That is what outcome based education. Friends, this is what these are the benefits to the institute, like initiates institutions into innovative and modern methods, initiates institutions into innovative and modern methods of pedagogy, the art and science of teaching learning process. Then gives institutions a new sense of direction and identity. Accreditation, NIRF. Suppose if you go for an accreditation or NIRF, or like, you will be better identified. Already we have discussed why all the time NIT or IIT. Even your institute also can be more repute. Can be of even institute also can be of more repute. Provides society provides society with reliable information and quality of education offered. Understandable. Then last one, promotes intra and inter-institutional interactions. So all the time we are worried about, we are all the time we will be fighting with other departments. Mechanical will be in fighting, I mean, mechanical people will be fighting with civil people. Civil will be fighting with mechanical. Sorry, electrical. Electrical will be fighting with computer science engineering faculty. Since the courses are interlinked, we must be doing the things coordinatedly. That is what intra-institutional interactions. It will improve. Accreditation will improve that. Then inter-institutional interactions. So outside, all the time, our institute only we are worried about. So outside institutes are also offering some kind of good programs or workshops or conferences if they are conducting. We can send our students, or we can participate. We can go and give guest lectures, or we can participate in their program as a participants. No problem. So that is what inter-institutional interactions. Friends, all this is about benefits to the institute. Moving further, we have understanding about programs and courses. All the time, please be worried about your program. Every time I am saying program. Program means what? Diploma in mechanical engineering, BTech in mechanical engineering, and MTech in mechanical engineering are like, right? So don't say department. You are supposed to be worried about your program. Then courses. Don't say subjects from now onwards. Courses, theory or lab, or theory plus lab. So courses can be theory only, lab only, or theory plus lab, right? So from now onwards, use the terminology of programs and courses. Programs means diploma in mechanical engineering or like, right? Courses in the sense, whether it is theory or practical or whatever, it is course only, you treat it as. So please be worried about programs and courses from now onwards. Okay. Friends, then we have accreditation criteria. So for diploma courses, there are about 9 criteria. Total marks are about 1000. And for UG also, accreditation criteria are for UG, 10 criteria we have. Additionally, we have first year academics for UG. For UG also total 1000 marks. So easily you can score 850 to 900, whether even if you are a polytechnic or a an engineering college, you can easily score about 850 to 900. And criteria like 2, 3, 4, 5 are very, very important if you say for a diploma courses. And same is the case, criteria 2, 3, 4, 5 are important for UG. Right? Anyway, we will straight away go into criteria 1, institutional vision, mission, and program educational objectives. What do you mean by vision? Vision is what you want to become down the line. I want to be the director of the institute, or I want to be the director of reputed NIT or IIT, or I want to be a professor in reputed IIT. Something like vision, your personal vision. Institute vision. What can be the institute vision? To be the best polytechnic in the state of Maharashtra. Very good. There are good number of institutes in Maharashtra. So to be the best among among all in Maharashtra, it can be the good vision. And what you will do actually, you will impart technical education in various disciplines that should be brought into the picture. So to be a reputed institute in the state of Maharashtra, imparting technical education in various disciplines, that kind of excellent statement can be vision statement. Vision is what you want to become. Simple institute wise vision statement can be like to be a reputed institute in the state, to be a reputed or renowned institute, to be a reputed institute in the state of Maharashtra, imparting technical education in various disciplines. As simple as such. Vision statement should be understandable to stakeholders. Suppose I see your web page, GP Thane web page, or GP Wasim web page. So we should be able to understand clearly what is their vision statement. People are putting so much of indirect nature, citizens, pillars of nations, something they are bringing, finally not understandable. So try to have proper vision statement. Vision in the sense what you want to become down the line. You cannot change it. Vision statement just like that. Subharav told today, or Madam told, or some our principal sir is telling. So like that, you cannot change vision statement just like that. Vision statement will be for lifetime, or at least for next to 20-25 years. You cannot change it, or maybe 30 years. You cannot change the vision statement just like that. Vision is what you want to become. And vision statement of the institute is there. Vision statement of the department. What can be the vision statement of the department? To be the best center of excellence in mechanical engineering. Center of excellence in mechanical engineering, or to be a best resource center in mechanical engineering, something like that. Departmental vision statement. Institute vision statement. Be clear about that. Only one statement should be there. Then what about mission statements? What do you mean by mission statements? Mission is how do you achieve that? Mission is how do you achieve that? How do I achieve my vision statement? How do I achieve vision? By having reputed competent faculty, by having excellent faculty, or by having competent faculty first. Then by having state-of-the-art lab facilities. Then third one, by creating excellent teaching learning environment. So by doing so and so, I want to meet my vision statement. Not understandable? So I will show you the example. Then you will understand. Simply by having state-of-the-art lab facilities, engaging competent faculty, excellent teaching learning environment, I want to have the vision of my institute met. So vision institute, it can be like to be a reputed polytechnic institute imparting diploma education in emerging areas of engineering, something like that. Or you can bring region into picture. No harm in that. Western region, Eastern region, Southern region, Northern region, no problem. Or all over India, something like you can do. So, or to be a renowned polytechnic institute in Eastern region imparting technical education in various disciplines. Then mission institute to offer state-of-the-art lab facilities, pertaining to the curriculum on par with the best to make future engineers. So we are talking about state of the art lab facilities. Then to engage competent faculty in making the students acquire the knowledge needed. So we are talking about competency of the faculty. Then third one, to create an excellent teaching learning environment that contributes to become the best institute. So we are talking about teaching learning environment, creation of teaching learning environment. So if you are able to do this, you'll be able to meet the vision statement. So similarly, we will have the vision of the department and mission of the department. Vision of the department clearly to be a high quality resource center in mechanical engineering to produce high quality engineers, right? Who can be the strong pillars of the nation contributing to the technological development, or to become a center of excellence while producing high quality mechanical engineers who can contribute effectively to the technological development. So for a department also, similar statement as that of institute can be there. Then mission of the department, to develop state of the art facilities related to mechanical engineering, to attract highly qualified faculty to cater the needs of the department, to attract highly qualified faculty to cater the needs of the department, to carry out research in solving industrial or societal problems. So these are missions of the department. Then vision of the department. So friends, mission of the institute, vision of the institute. So whether it is institutional vision and mission or departmental and vision and mission, both will be similar. Institutes will talk about being the reputed or renowned organization in a particular region, imparting technical education in various disciplines. A department will talk about being a best resource center, a center of excellence in the area, mechanical engineering or life. That is vision statement. Vision is what you want to become, one statement. Mission, how do you achieve that? Three statements. First statement can be related to state of the art lab facilities. Second statement, competency of the faculty. Third statement, creating excellent teaching learning environment. Then if you have understood about vision and mission statements, we should be worried about program educational objectives, PEOs. What do you mean by PEOs? PEOs are why the students will join your program. 3 to 5 statements we have to write. Objective, why they will join the program. They will join the program just to become an engineer or to get employment or something like. So those are program educational objectives, or simply we can say PEOs, program educational objectives. Why the students join your program? About 3 to 5 statements, right? So all this is, friends, all this is about criteria 1, institutional vision, mission and program educational objectives. So we will see clearly how to deal with the PEOs. PEOs for mechanical engineering program, if I write, what is the first aim? What is the first objective of students? To become an engineer, right? So that you will write. First one, to obtain PEO1, to obtain fundamental and advanced knowledge in mechanical engineering related areas. That is first objective. Second, PEO2, to gain employment in public or private sector organizations. So that is second objective, employment. Third one, PEO3, to opt for higher studies in order to excel more to pursue a career of choice or for more employment benefits and advancement opportunities. That is third objective, higher studies. PEO4, to become entrepreneurs, to showcase innovative ideas while improving the standards of living and create wealth and opportunities. That is PEO4, entrepreneurs, to become entrepreneurs, to showcase whatever the ideas they have. Then PEO5, to be able to solve industrial or societal problems in more scientific way. So solving societal or industrial problems in a scientific way, that is PEO5. So all these are PEOs for mechanical engineering program. Similar to that, you can write for your program. So mainly to become an engineer, to gain employment in public or private sector organizations, then higher studies, then to become entrepreneurs to showcase innovative ideas while improving the standards of living and create wealth and opportunities, then to be able to solve industrial or societal problems in more scientific way. So just like that, you cannot write. These are all PEOs for mechanical engineering program. Just like that, you cannot write. So these are they are based on the needs of the stakeholders. They should be achievable and manageable. Just like that, you write research or something, even though it is not possible as per the curriculum. Don't write. Right? Achievable and manageable things only you have to write. And people are very much confused about outcomes and objectives. Outcomes in the sense abilities expected at the end of the course or program, COs and POs. And POs in the sense program educational objectives. Why the students will join the program, that is objective. What is expected from the students at the end of the program or course, that is outcome. Okay, be clear about. So this is what all about vision, mission, and POs. How you will write in criteria, how you will deal with criteria 1 in SAR, how to write all these things in SAR. So we are expected to state the vision and mission statements of the department and institute. The first one, state the vision and mission of the department and institution, 5 marks, right? So state the vision and mission of the department and institution, 5 marks. State the program educational objectives, PEOs, 5 marks. Indicate where and how the vision and mission, and PEOs are published and disseminated among stakeholders, 10 marks. Very, very important one. How you are publicizing? Through notice boards, through website, through pamphlets, or through curriculum, right? Through brochures. So how you are publicizing about your vision, mission, and PEOs, that you need to describe. In SAR, whatever the thing that is given in bold, that is like a question, and within the bracket, hints are given. Accordingly, you need to answer that question in bullet points or histogram or bar charts or like Excel plots or like. So you need to answer those questions in paragraphs or bullet points according to your convenience. Everywhere in SAR you will find bullet. Everywhere you in SAR you will find bold one, that is like a question for you. And hints are given within the brackets. So using those hints, you should answer those questions in the form of bullet points or paragraphs or like. Then state the process for defining the vision and mission of the department and PEOs of the program, 15 marks. What is the process you will follow? What kind of process you will follow? First, you will prepare. That will be prepared by the faculty of the program, and you will put it in front of the faculty meeting. Once it is over, once it is approved by the faculty of the program, you will put it in front of the stakeholder. Once you get the approval of stakeholders, you will put it in front of BOS or academic council or BOG or Senate. Normally, whatever the academic activities are to be carried out in your polytechnic or engineering college, they must be approved by some higher authority. Maybe board of studies or maybe academic council, right? Maybe board of studies or maybe academic council. Those may be there at state council level or DTE level or university level. So you need to describe the process, how you are finalizing the vision, mission, and PEOs. That process you need to describe here. Then establish consistency and PEOs with mission of the department, 15 marks. So relationship between PEOs and vision statement. How you need to compare your PEOs and mission statements. Suppose PEO1 is talking about employment and mission is also talking about employment. They can be mapped to each other, right? So the comparison aspect we will try to see. And comparison in the sense what? Suppose research statement is there in PEO. PEO is talking about research and mission statement is also talking about research. So both can be mapped to each other, right? So friends, I will show you that how you will deal with in case of self-assessment report. I'm trying to show you. So the bold ones are like a question, and under that you will try to explain using the hints given in brackets, right? So 1.5, establish consistency of PEOs with mission of the department, 15 marks. So if PEO1 is talking about employment and mission M1 is talking about employment, you can map them. All throughout self-assessment report, you have 3 levels. Level 1, low. Level 2, moderate. Level 3, substantial. 1, slight or low. 2, moderate or medium. 3, substantial or high. So suppose employment and employment. So highly mapping. So you can say 3. Research and research. You can say highly mapping 3. Only fractionally it is mapping. So you can say 2, or very lightly it is mapping. So then you can say 1, low. So according to the level of mapping, you can give the numbers. So once for all, I must tell you, if PO1 is talking about employment and M1 is talking about employment, you can map PO1 with M1. Level can be 3 if both are talking about employment. So similar to that, you can compare, you can make the matrix of POs with the mission statements. So all this is about criteria 1, vision, mission and program educational objectives, 50 marks. So one bottom line is there. Whatever the thing that is given in bold, that is like a question for us, within the brackets, hints are given. Using the hints, we should answer the question in paragraphs or bullet points. You can use XY plots, histograms, or like anywhere or wherever you feel comfortable, bar charts, etc. Right? That is how you will write. That is how you will deal with criteria 1, vision, mission, and program educational objectives, 50 marks in SAR. So then we will move further. Then we have criteria 2, program, curriculum, and teaching learning process. Before dealing with any doubts you have in criteria 1, any doubts you have with vision statement?
Sir, there is one doubt, sir, in chat box. Can you see that chat box, sir?
Whether a program can have the same PEOs as specified by affiliating university. University will not talk about your PEOs, sir. University will not talk about your PEOs.
Sir, we are affiliated to the Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education, and now the MSBT itself given the PEOs and program specific outcome in our syllabus. So if they are given this all PSOs and PEOs, so I think it is mandatory for us to use that PSOs and PEOs.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So is there any procedure, drafting procedure for PEOs, or can we change these PEOs or PSOs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can change, sir. That is what I am telling, but you are not accepting. It is not mandatory. It is given means it is given in the sense you can strictly follow, no harm in that. But you feel that NBA accreditation is program wise accreditation, not
Yes.
board wise accreditation. So
No, as
that,
per program,
if you feel that if you feel that
MSBT program itself given the PSOs, sir. They are
I understand.
given according to program.
I understand, sir. I understand. But your institute program, your program will be different from that of other program, right?
Yes.
So you can change it. No, no, sir. For state wise, let us follow. That is left to you. Okay.
Yes.
It is not that compulsory that you should follow the same POs and PSOs. But if they are giving as a guideline, let us follow. No harm in following that. This is the only area where you can have similarities.
If we are following that PSO or PEOs, which is given by the MSBT, so is there any drafting procedure requirement?
A procedure what they have followed in framing that you should adopt. Same thing you should mention in SAR.
But they are not ready to give that procedure, no, sir.
No. Then you should prepare your own. Understood, sir? Now I'm getting your point. Even curriculum also, sir. Curriculum, you are following the state curriculum, right? Curriculum
Yes.
given by the state authority, and they should tell you how the curriculum is designed.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can in SAR you need to describe the processes identified for finalizing the curriculum.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will be a problem for you. So you have to know the processes. You see the criteria SAR copy in SAR 3 in 1.3 or 1.4. 1.4 you need to describe the process, how you are finalizing these PEOs, vision, mission, and PEOs. How you are finalizing, that should be given. If you are taking it from the state council, you have to ask them what is the process, and you have to put the same in self-assessment report. SAR.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Sir, one small question.
Ah.
Is it necessary to revise the PEOs and PSOs after every curriculum cycle? Because we are autonomous institute. So can we keep the same
Autonomous
set of
institutes.
PEOs?
Autonomous institutes. They can take it as guideline and need not follow, sir. They can prepare their own.
Okay, so we can change it, no?
Affiliated institutes, they are obliged to do, right? So that's why they can follow it. Autonomous institutes, they can take it as guideline based on the university guidelines or based on the state council guidelines. The following POs are finalized. Like that you can do institute level. Okay. Very good. So that means you are listening properly. Anybody else? So just like that, getting the things from state council will not do. You have to describe those processes in SAR. You check it. You have to describe the processes. That's why you should write to them and ask for how they have finalized the how they are arriving at that vision, mission, and PEOs. Okay. Very good. Any other doubt?
No doubt, sir. So please continue.
Okay. So then we will move further. We have something like criteria 2, program, curriculum, and teaching learning process. So we have seen in criteria 1 about vision, mission, and PEOs. Criteria 2 is about program, curriculum. Yeah, here comes the aspect of our state council or universities. Clearly, participants, if you are adopting the curriculum from state council or university, you should understand the processes that are taken care at that level. Why? Because you need to mention them in SAR, right? And autonomous institutes in the sense they are not affiliated, they can conduct their own exams and they can do their own curriculum aspects. Those people, they can easily write how the curriculum is designed. right? And don't say the curriculum just like that. Don't change the curriculum just like that. Curriculum process, design process will have certain rules and regulations. Maybe 5 years, once in a 5 years, once in 5 years, or once in 3 years, or like. So don't, even though you are autonomous, I suggest you not to change the curriculum just like that. Right? Regularly don't change the curriculum. And the process, like who are the members of the curriculum revision committee or curriculum design committee, how frequently they are meeting, all those things we should know. We need to put it in self-assessment report, right? So that is what criteria 2, program, curriculum and teaching learning process. The program curriculum that leads to the attainment of the POs and PSOs must be designed. You need to give the linkage of PO curriculum with POs and PSOs also, right? So 1 minute. Process of designing must be clear to you. You should write it in SAR. Then second aspect, how they are related, how POs and PSOs are taken care. POs are common to all the programs all over India. Like POs are 7, POs are 12 for UG and POs are 7 for diploma. They are common to all the programs all over India, right? So your curriculum, how those POs and PSOs are taken care in your curriculum, that should be mentioned in SAR, right? Then the program shall provide how its curriculum is designed, published and disseminated. Clearly you should understand the process. Then, and you need to write it in SAR, understand the process and present it in SAR. Then the structure of the curriculum, which comprises course code, course title, total number of contact hours, lecture, tutorial and practical, and credits is to be provided. Same scenario. How the curriculum is designed, you should present it in a proper way. Proper way in the sense, don't put the same old Xerox copy while presenting to the committee, MBA committee, and don't put the same format just like that blindly. You try to improvise the format. So presentation also is important. Don't say that, sir, already it is taken care at MSBT level, or like, no. You can change the format, present it in a better way. And if the day MSBT, the state council is guiding you, go along with that, no harm in that. But understand that NBA accreditation is program based NBA accreditation. GP Thane's mechanical engineering program is accredited. That doesn't mean that Nanded's mechanical engineering program is also accredited. Please understand that. Don't put everything on state council. You adopt whatever the state council is saying, no harm in that. But be specific, be thorough what you are doing to be the best among the lot. Right? Understood clearly? Suppose we are NITT or Kolkata, sir. Same way, NITT or Bhopal is there, or NITT or Chandigarh is there. Guidelines are given by the ministry. We will stick to those guidelines. That means that whatever NITT or Kolkata is doing is same as that of NITT or Bhopal. No way. This is what we are in trouble. Don't say that both are equal. Why? Because we are advised by the Ministry of Education to do so and so. That's why both are one and the same. Yes, this is not correct. We will adopt the same, but the way we implement will be different. The way we proceed further may be different. So that you want to be the best among the lot means You have to strictly follow the same, definitely. You have to follow them, definitely. In case modification or betterment is there possible with your institute, you can do it correctly, no problem. You don't change them. If it is given by the directive, don't change them. In some other area, you try to excel so that you will be the best among the lot. Okay, friends, all this is about program curriculum. So then we will deal with teaching learning process, very, very important one. I think for Polytechnic, it is 160 marks are like for UG also, good number of marks are there. Teaching learning process in the sense what? What kind of activities you will take care for teaching theory classes, practical classes, all those things you should understand about academic calendar. You should stick to academic calendar. How academic calendar will look like? I will try to visualize something. I will try to make you visualize something like in the art semester, I will conduct classes, examinations, faculty meetings. Faculty meetings are very, very important. During the starting of the academic year, you will conduct faculty meeting and set the target COs and POs. Then classes will be commenced. So during the starting of the academic year, faculty meeting, set the target COs and POs. Classes will take place and then first internal examination, then class committee meeting, then second internal examination, then second class committee meeting, then faculty meeting to take care of any problems that have occurred during the semester. Anybody could not complete the syllabus or like any problem with backlog students are like, and then how to plan for term and examinations. So from commencement of classes to term and examinations, we will conduct about 2 to 3 faculty meetings. This is for odd semester. Same way we will do for even semester. Just like that, informal meetings are not good at all. Whatever the things you are doing, try to have documentation. You need to minute them. Don't say informal meetings are like. Everything should be minuted. Whatever the things you are deciding in faculty meetings, they should be minuted. Okay, then class committee meeting. People are worried about class committee meetings. What do you mean by class committee meeting? It is nothing but quality improvement committee. This is desirable qualifier, this is desirable parameter for polytechnics. Even for UG also, this is one of the desirable parameters. Who will be there in that? CR will be there, HOD will be there, faculty taking that courses will be there, and decide whether everything is going on as per the norms or not. As per the norms in the sense what? Faculty are going to the classes regularly, on time, or faculty is teaching something and students are not able to understand, or students are making noise, or faculty's voice is not audible. So we will decide, we will see in front of HOD, discussion will take place so that we will improvise our teaching learning process. In NITs, IITs, these things happen. You can also adopt the same. That is desirable parameter. Class committee meeting or quality improvement committee meeting. Okay, this is there in ISO certification and all. Same scenario. Okay, so same thing you will follow for odd semester and even semester. Then stakeholders meeting. At the end of the year, you will conduct stakeholders meeting. faculty, alumni, employer or industry, parents, students, all those, where you will collect PO based feedback. At the end of each semester, you will collect CO based feedback, and after the year is over, you will try to conduct. After the year is over, you will try to conduct stakeholders meetings. Faculty, outgoing students, alumni, employers or industry, and parents, where you will collect PO based feedback. After that, you will have BOS, Academic Council, BOG, which if it is applicable to your program, then only please be worried about. These are normally done at state council level or DTE level or university level. Okay. So what we are trying to do is, this is like an academic calendar where all the academic processes are taken care. Right. So that you will have continuous quality improvement. So all this is about teaching learning processes. You will stick to the target one, that means academic calendar, and ensure that you will be able to describe all the processes. If you stick to academic calendar, you can easily describe processes followed to improve the quality of the teaching learning process. Then how you will improvise quality all the time? You should have something like course file. If you are conducting theory classes, course file is a must. If you are conducting practical or whatever the course file is a must. Course can, you must understand all the time that course can be theory or theory plus lab or lab. From English to project work, you should prepare course file. What is there in a course file? Timetable. First one, timetable showing in which slot the course is taken. 2, syllabus with CO, PO, PSO matrix. 3rd, lecture plan or lesson plan for all lectures. 4th, any other teaching tools or handwritten materials or slides used. 5, assignment or class test or final exam question paper. So you will have the timetable, lecture plans, question papers, answer sheets, all those in a separate file that is known as course file. Physical copy. Then 6th one, model answer scripts of students for all the tests conducted. 7, results analysis Excel sheet. 8, outcomes assessment report, CO assessment. 9, attendance record, actual. So all these are parts of a course file. Also, you can put course specification, tutorials or handouts, laboratory manual if any, exam papers with solutions, results and reports. All this is in a course file. Every faculty should have course file prepared. And you are worried about lecture plan or lesson plan. I will tell you, lecture plan or lesson plan for all the lectures you need to prepare. What are the contents of a lecture plan we have? Suppose there are 52 lectures mentioned in curriculum, you should have 52 lecture plans. What will be there? Normally lecture plan or lesson plan will be A4 sheet, like one A4 sheet. Suppose 52 lectures are there in the syllabus or curriculum. I will have 52 sheets, 52 A4 sheets. Front side, what will be there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Back side also 4, 5, 6, 7. What do you mean by that? First, objective of the lecture. Second one, intended learning outcomes of the lecture. Third one, tools used. Fourth one, description of the lecture, actual lecture in detail. Then fourth one, then problem based on the lecture. Then model questions from the lecture. Fifth one, problems based on the lecture. Sixth one, model questions from the lecture. And seventh one, references. Right? You need to do this for all courses from 101, 102, 203, etc. Lecture plan in the sense, A4 sheets, physical copies you should have. Back side and front side you will have objective of the lecture, intended learning outcomes, tools used or teaching aids, actual lecture in detail with figures. Backside, same thing continued, actual lecture in detail with figures continued. Then problems based on the lecture. Then model questions from the lecture. And then references. This is all about lecture plan. And you should have those lecture plan or lesson plan for all the lectures here in a course file. And course file should be prepared as per the curriculum from English to project work. 101 English, 101 English, 102, 102L, 103, 103L to 626 project work. So from first semester's first course to last semester last course, you should have course files prepared. Friends, all this is about lecture plan. Prepare that many number of A4 sheets, all right? 52 means 52 lecture plans. Sheets. 52 means 52 lecture plan sheets. All this is about lecture plan. Then putting all of them, we will have course file. All these are very much required for teaching learning process. Then next one, quality of internal semester question papers, assignments and evaluation. Ensure that your examination section will follow all the rules and regulations as per the norms or as per the directions of the State Council. Still, there is something like internal examinations and external examinations. Internal examinations like first internal, second internal, assignments. You should have uniform assignments. One faculty giving one assignment, another two, another three, not like that. Have uniformity in assignment. Have uniformity in number of internal tests. Right? Then, while preparing the question papers, please understand higher order questions, middle order questions, lower order questions. Examination people will know how the question papers should be set. Internal question papers, external question papers. Discuss about those rules and regulations so that you will ensure that the quality of question papers is maintained, both internal and external. Then quality of students projects, application, product, research, review, industry related, etc. Don't go for study oriented projects or theoretical projects from now onwards. Even for polytechnic students, polytechnic projects also, they can be application oriented or research oriented. Or like, what do you mean by that? Research in the sense what? Suppose you are working under tube light now and fan is there. I have tube light and fan. I'm a faculty. You can give as a project work to improvise the performance of a fan or tube light if you are electrical engineering faculty. They will try to change some coil or they will try to change some capacitor, try to improvise the performance. Existing performance, suppose it is 0.2. If they are able to make it as 0.21, that itself is research. That happens only with Polytechnic, UG and PG. Don't say that research in the sense only PhD or MS. Right? It is possible. That is why I say don't go for theoretical projects. Study of diesel engine, study of petrol engine, or study of TQM, study of DC motor, study of AC motor. No. Even from polytechnics also, our government engineering colleges, they are expecting, polytechnics and engineering colleges, they are expecting papers, products developed. How you will have products developed if you have all the projects as theoretical? So try to invest your time in that. Then How participation? How just like that your students will participate in outside competitions. So product development is required. Just don't expect that in a particular year you will get some product developed. That is the wrong opinion. Product development doesn't mean that in a single year you will have 2-3 products developed. No. Even I do not have some products developed. I am not into experimentation. I have my area is computational studies. So I have my students developing different models, computational models, blade, fan or piston, IC engine, different components prepared. So product development is not in a single year or so. You give the same project next year, they will proceed for further. Same project third year, they will proceed further. So maybe after 3, 4, 5 years, you can have something to show to the world that yes, your students have developed some product. That is prototype, right? Then research. You may be going for MTech or PhD. Similar problems you can give to your student. Then review. So you may be already so many people have done, and you ask the student to review them and produce some project. Then industry related, etc. In the sense, industry related projects in the sense, your program should have industry linkage. That means you have some kind of collaborative activities with the industry. So some kind of industry related projects also are possible. Then you will suddenly say, sir, how industry relation is possible? Yes, out of 60 students, at least 2 to 3 or 4 projects can be industry related. 2 to 3 product development related, 2 to 3 research related. Possible, sir. Remaining 40, forget about them. They just do some normal projects or something. Use those, the students from the top layer, that is some 20. Or no, sir, we will go group wise. Very good. There are about 12 projects in a given year. 60 students, 12 projects. Out of that 12 projects, at least 2, 3, 4 should be good. Yes, that is what NBA is expecting. Right? Rather than just like that guiding students projects, at least we should get, even in our earlier, some 15 years back, I was a thermal lab in charge, the American Accreditation Committee came. So that time what we have done, not that much good thing is done from the lab. So, but we wanted to present in a better way. So we thought this way, that way, and finally we had our program, our mechanical engineering department are like, we have got idea that we will display the best projects reports in the last 3, 4, 5 years from that lab. We tried, we did, and the committee was very happy. Oh, this work is done in this lab. Oh, very good. Not necessary that all the time you will do the best thing possible in this world. That is what the wrong opinion people have or faculty have. Even in our NITT or Kolkata, I am guiding 2 MTech students every year. 2 or 3 are like, do we expect that they are of good quality? No. They are of the poorest quality possible. Temperature, he will write TMPRATER. Last week we had review. Even temperature spelling or something. Don't expect that the students will be of good. But still, we have got a couple of papers every year or so based on that is what. So we should be after the student, ensure that they are adapting the things in a better way. So what we will expect as a teacher, I will try to do my research, and I will expect 1 or 2 from students also, research papers. So that at the end of the year, I can show performance appraisal. In the performance appraisal, I can write a couple of papers to mention at the end of the year. So this is possible everywhere. Don't expect that in reputed institutes, they will have best students or like, no. The last students we will get. Right? Not the better ranked students will go to somewhere. That is the reality. So that's what NBA accreditation is all about, reality. So how, with the help of the students lot you get, how you will be able to present in a better way before the committee. That is what SAR, that is what accreditation, the preparation for accreditation you can do. Right? Everywhere, same scenario. Friends, that is what about quality of student projects, application, product, research, review, industry related, etc. Then initiatives related to industry interaction. Guest lectures, projects, lab setups. So the same scenario, a program in a program, suppose there are 6 faculty. They have so many friends in Bangalore or Chennai or Pune, Calcutta. So out of that, at least a couple of them you can bring to your program. Not necessarily physically they will come and act. They will be linked to the program. If at all it is required, couple of programs they will do, like guest lecture or 1 or 2 projects. If industry linkage means what our faculty will expect. They will sponsor labs. Not necessary that all the time you will have industry sponsored labs. We are 65 years old. We are more than we were established in 65, 35 plus 21, about 56 years old. We don't have industry sponsored lab. Couple of 1 or 2 projects, that is anyway MHRD project only, where industry is also involved. So don't expect that everywhere industry linkage means NBA, whatever the things they are giving in NBA, they are guidelines. How far you can do better with regard to those guidelines, that is important. So that is why people make MBA scenario as very complex. It is not complex. What you are, try to present it in a better way. Don't expect, these are only guidelines. How far you can do according to those guidelines, you try your level best. Right? Negative things are there in every institute. Right? Don't expect that NITs or NITs have better industry linkage, industry people will come and give guest lectures, or these people will go and give guest lectures. Frankly speaking, I have not given a guest lecture in any industry in the last 3-4 years. Last 3-4-5 years, I have not given a guest lecture in any industry. Even though I have given guest lectures in reputed universities or reputed NITs or like. So that's what I wish to tell clearly. Whatever the things that are there in SAR are guidelines. Not necessary that you will excel in all the areas. As per the given guidelines, how far you will be able to do in those guidelines as best or on par with best. That is what they are expecting. All these are guidelines only. So how best you will be able to do according to those guidelines, you need to be worried about, right? Then we have initiatives related to industry internship or summer training. So already I have told you, at least for every program, expect that 3, 4, 5 industries are linked with. Even in NIT or Kolkata also, for this kind of purpose, not only accreditation, for what you say, everywhere in the university approval committee visits or something, whenever they come, they will ask for industry linkage. So for that purpose also, we have worked out, and we have about 3, 4, 5 are like industries linked to. So whenever any program is required, we will talk to them and we will request them. So you are an academic institute. Academic institutes will try to collaborate and have a linkage, very good. But what about industries? All the time industry people will not be interested towards you. But we have to work towards that and ensure that at least part we are able to do in this criteria as well, in this direction as well, in this guideline as well. Okay. So friends, that is all about teaching learning process anyway. So we will move further and have. So this is overall this is about teaching learning process. we will move further and have discussion on what to be presented. Again, teaching learning process, the program must employ effective teaching learning processes. The effectiveness of the teaching learning processes must be evaluated on a regular basis, and all details should be given. And what about the processes followed? You should give, that means academic calendar. Then what about the remedial classes for slow learners or mentoring, whatever the things you are doing for bright students, whatever the things you are doing for slow learners. Utilize bright students for product development or design projects or design competitions or like. Everywhere competitions are happening, sir. Whether it is NIT or IIT or some government engineering college or some engineering college. You should have the habit of sending your students to those programs. Not all the time that cultural programs, dancing, singing, are like design competitions, programming competitions. They may be conducting technical events. You should ensure that your students also participate. So bright students, you utilize them. And what about the self-learning aspects for bright students? On their own, what they can learn, that is what NBA is worried about. So self-learning, bright students, please be worried about. Then remedial classes, slow learners, or mentoring. So for slow learners, you will have remedial classes. So on Wednesday, from Wednesday 3 to 5 p.m., you are free. So put it as remedial classes. 3 to 4 remedial class for thermodynamics, 4 to 5 remedial class for fluid mechanics. Like that, you can plan. Not necessary that you will repeat the entire lecture. That is a wrong opinion. You can discuss with the student what is required, right? That is remedial classes, slow learners or mentoring, self-learning, bright students, learning beyond the syllabi to increase employability. So don't say curriculum gaps all the time. Say that for better employment, for improving the employability, we are going for learning beyond the syllabus. Okay, we are going for learning beyond the syllabi to increase the employability of the students. Then we have co-curricular activities and extracurricular activities. All these are under all, and then career guidance, training, placement, and entrepreneurship cell, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. All these are under teaching learning process. Then we have to understand that apart from the usual, mainly remedial classes for all courses, feedback system for all courses, self-learning for all courses, learning beyond the syllabus for all courses, co-curricular and extracurricular activities, right? So then criteria 2 in SAR, how you will, so all this is about teaching, all this is about teaching learning process. Any doubt here in teaching learning process? Anyway, how to do it in SAR, we will see. Any doubt you have in teaching learning process?
Sir, in teaching learning process, we are talking about the weak student. So what is the criteria to select the weak student?
You know, sir, you know better than me.
No, sir,
Weak
because there are
student.
number of criteria, na? But it is not possible. If you are considering the all criteria, then all the students will be the weaker. Because, sir, if, most of the
How many
students.
years of experience you? How many years of experience you have, sir? Weak students. Weak students in the sense those who are not able to follow your lectures. I have told you clearly. Wednesday, Wednesday 3 to 5 p.m. I put remedial class as for thermodynamics. So that time, if anybody comes, they are weak students.
No, sir,
They are
same
not
thing.
able to follow in the.
Because
They are not able to. They are not able to
nowadays,
follow in the class. They are coming to you for further clarification. They are weak students.
no, sir. What I am telling you, because most of the students are having the etiquette. Okay, most of the students are having the backlogs. Most of the students are not regular.
No, sir, sir. Don't generalize like this, sir. Don't generalize. Please
So
have a
what is the
slot.
definition of weak student, sir?
No need of any definition. I must tell you clearly. I will put a slot for slow learners. I will say anybody is having doubt, please come to my cabin from 3 to 4 or like 3 to 4 thermodynamics, 4 to 5 fluid mechanics. So whoever is regularly coming on, people won't come regularly there. Definitely. whoever is coming regularly, they are slow learners. There is nothing like stamp as slow learners or bright students. No need
No,
of
sir.
showing.
In
There is not.
in criteria too, sir, there is a one means written as a brighter student and weaker student.
Yeah, there is nothing
So
like
what
we
is
will.
the definition of weaker student, sir?
Again, you are not understanding. There is no definition, sir. You need to
How to
consider.
identify the weaker student, sir?
That is what I have told you. 3 to 4. I have put as remedial class for thermodynamics. That means anybody who is not able to follow during the lecture hours, they are coming to you. That means they are slow learners. If they are repeatedly coming, those particular students are slow learners. There is no definition beyond this. Okay. And bright students, not necessary that all the time they will score 90%. Bright students in the sense they are faring well in the examination and they have sufficient time to do other activities like NPTEL courses, SWAYAM courses, or like. Rather than doing such kind of courses, you can ask them to go for competitions, design project, major project, or like that. Right? So there is no
means, sir,
clear.
for the efforts to be taken for the slow learner, means in a semester we have to decide the time for a particular lecture. This is the extra lecture for the slow learner.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Even for lab classes also, we will put it in the timetable. Scope for self-learning, that is bright student, scope for slow learners. If anybody has doubts, sir, even in everywhere for the last 15 years I have been teaching, after the class, somebody will come and approach you, sir, I could not understand so and so. Right? So what you are dealing, how you are dealing with them, that is what they are asking. Right?
Sir, one more question. We are finding the curricular gap for every means in a program. So is it necessary to find out the curricular gap for every year?
No, sir. Don't show any curricular gap anytime.
Okay.
You must be happy with the curriculum. Why? Because we are affiliated institutes. We are not in a position to change the curriculum.
Yes.
So then better not to show any curricular gap. Okay.
No, but sir, in that SAR 2.1, it is written as you have to find out the curricular gap. Okay, means you have to find out the program articulation matrix and the gap at the course level. So if you are getting any type of means you have to show the procedure how you had find that gap, and if you are taking the feedback from the stakeholders, and if you are getting some gap, okay. So once that gap is find out, okay, so we'll take the corrective action for it. But in the next year again, as we are not in a position to change the syllabus, in next year we'll again get the same gap. So is it necessary to find out the gap
Very
every
good.
year
So
till the change of syllabus?
definitely, then very good. You are caught there itself. So next time itself, you are saying the same thing as curricular gap. How it will be curricular gap? If you are not able to rectify the curriculum, that is why you should not show it as curricular gap. And I will show you clearly in self-assessment report. There is a small mistake. You see here. Can you see that? I'll show you. If you're not in a position to change the curriculum, don't show the curricular gap. I must tell you clearly, 2.1.1, all of you can see this, everybody?
Yes. Yes.
So clearly the mistake you see, sir, note is given clearly, in case all POs and PSOs are demonstrably met through curriculum, then 2.1.2 will not be applicable and the weightage of 2.1.1 will be 40. If there are no curricular gaps, we need not go for contents beyond the syllabus. Okay. So then what about this B? List the curricular gaps for the attainment of POs and PSOs. That is wrongly given there. That is wrongly given there. You should not find any curricular gaps. You say that all the POs and PSOs are being demonstrably met through curriculum.
Okay, because as we are affiliated, na sir, so MSBT has given that all the POs are means attend, okay, mapped with all the COs. So no curricular gap. It is shown by our board. Okay.
So that's why I must tell you that content beyond the syllabus is not applicable, and that's why you say that your curriculum is meeting clearly with all the POs and PSOs. That's why there is no need of answering this list the curricular gaps for the attainment of POs and PSOs. Wrongly, it is mentioned as 10 marks here. It is for 25 marks. It is for 40 marks. If you do not have any gaps, clearly those 40 marks will be given. Okay.
Okay. Sir, curricular gaps and content beyond syllabus, these are the two same things?
These are slightly what you say, don't tell the committee that curriculum is having gaps. That's why we are trying to go for the contents beyond the syllabus, in the sense extra things we are teaching. Extra things we can teach, saying that this will improve their employability. I have shown you in the slide also. Don't say that it is as a curricular gap, but you can have a separate file, content beyond the syllabus. That is to improvise their employability skills. Like that you can present. Okay.
Okay.
Clear or still doubt is there? I am taking care of MTech course here, finite element methods in engineering. The curriculum is written keeping in view of civil engineering people. For the last 5 years, I have been teaching the same that is given for civil engineering people. We are mechanical people. We are dealing all structural problems, stresses problems, and plane stresses and all. All these are not required for mechanical engineering people. But
sir, actually,
I say, let me come. But I say that curriculum is up to the mark. Why? Because we are as an affiliated institute, we cannot change the curriculum. You cannot move with the defective item or defective car or defective engine. Same way, people will ask, sir, if you are saying that curriculum gap is there, that means curriculum is defective. Why next year you are running the same curriculum? You should have what direction, in that direction, what you have, what methods you have followed, what procedures you have followed. You will show that a letter written to the university asking for change of curriculum, that will be lying with the university for years together. That means you will move with the defective curriculum. Yes. So if you are not able to change the curriculum, don't show the curricular gap. What you are saying, sir?
No, as we are affiliated to the Polytechnic MSBT, okay. So the level of the student, they are just 10th passed out students. So the level of student as compared to the engineering is very low. Means we are not expecting that this student should complete the like that of the engineering guys. Okay. So and syllabus is the same, sir. Okay. So there,
yes, sir, whatever that is there, go as per the decisions or directives given by our higher authorities, whether it is diploma, UG, PG or PhD, same procedure. We will not be able to discuss the pros and cons of that. Okay.
Okay.
We have to deal with it, whether it is good or bad, or the students are not able to. The curriculum is designing of curriculum is given to certain authority, right? They will decide based on it is 10th pass. Don't generalize that both are one and the same. Syllabus is one and the same. Don't generalize, sir. We are not, even yourself and myself, we cannot decide that the syllabus is same for both engineering and polytechnic, or like the authority. There will be certain authority. They will take care. They will ensure that all the things are taken as per the entry level. Okay. Anybody else? Chetan Pagare, you please ask using your audio. Chetan Pagare, you please ask using.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, if we have not given the gap in curriculum, then our NBA committee members or our institute committee member will blame us that we haven't done anything for finding out.
No, sir. This is the wrong opinion. Yes, sir. This is the wrong opinion, sir. You have to convince them. I have told you clearly, sir.
Okay.
Even I will for both of you, I will show you the slide again. All of you, please see the slide. Can you see this slide? Yeah. So,
No, sir.
there is a flow chart, sir, how to find out the curricular gap. There is a
Sir.
flow chart how to find out the gap.
That is not applicable for you, sir. Please, that is not applicable for you. You say it is curriculum.
How it is possible, sir? How it is
Curriculum is
possible
up to the
not
mark.
applicable?
Curriculum is up to
Who
the
will
mark.
decide that, sir, curriculum is up to the mark? We have to take the feedback from the stakeholders. Na? Then we can say that it is up to the mark. Otherwise, it is not possible, na, sir. We have to take the feedback.
Very
and
good,
if the
very good. So that
if
means
the
stakeholders
stakeholders
are asking you to. That means your stakeholders are asking you to change the curriculum. Never.
Yes, definitely, sir. Why
No.
not?
You please No, you please go for the feedback. You have not done the actual process. Theoretically, you are discussing. You
No,
please
sir,
go
not theoretically. I have taken a feedback from the industry and what they want, what the feedback they had given for a particular subject. They want to say that this should be included in your syllabus because whatever the syllabus you are teaching,
Very
it is
good, very good,
automatically outdated.
very good, very good. That is
But it is not in our hand, na, sir, to change
Very
the
good.
syllabus.
Very good. That means that it is not curriculum gap. Okay. It
Yes.
is this is that you don't treat it as curriculum gap. You don't treat it as those are the additional requirements. You say for a better employability, these are the suggestions given by the employers. Don't put it under curriculum gap. Okay. I must tell you clearly your good name,
Javed Siddiqui.
Javed sir, Javed
Javed
Siddiqui.
Siddiqui. Yes.
You please come to this. Suppose I have started the academic year taking particular curriculum into consideration. Particular curriculum. Okay. Art semester over, event semester over, and stakeholders meetings also over. Curriculum, people say that curriculum is defective. In your terms, not in my terms. Then before starting of the academic year, I should ensure that the defective item is removed and appropriately curriculum is changed. Can you do that?
No,
Javed
it is
Siddiqui?
not possible.
Then,
No.
then how you're worried over? Then you cannot run the system with the defective curriculum. That is not in your hands. That's why you say that the curriculum is up to the mark.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it?
Yes, sir.
This logic, even the NBA committee people are also missing. Just like that, people are giving it to consultancy people. Consultancy people are asking again me, sir, curricular gaps, what we should write. Just like that, don't write anything in curricular gap.
So
You say
NBA should think of it, sir. If we are affiliated to
Yes,
university,
sir. Yes,
it's
sir.
not in our hand, na. So why
Yeah.
should they are giving all this procedure to
That-
find
yes,
out the gaps and everything?
Very good, very good. Somebody has done that. Somebody wrongly it is given. Somebody they were asked. Do you say that all the processes that are asked by our higher authorities are up to the mark? Frankly speaking, yeah,
It will work for the autonomous only.
very good. So that's what clearly from the beginning I've been telling the same. Very good. Anybody else?
And one more thing, sir, this preservation of all these records, like that of the practical lab manuals, and this micro project reports, for how much year we have to preserve it? Because every year the 300 and 400 students are passing, sir.
Just don't say 300, 400, sir. You please be worried about your course, sir. Don't say 300, 400, sir. Please be worried about your course. This time, whatever you are offering, you please keep the record. Last time, whatever you have done, please keep that record. Don't say 300, 400.
No, sir.
Don't take the load of the entire institute on you. You please be worried about your course. Okay?
Sir, we are having a micro project and 2 to 3 students for every subject. They are making a project. Okay. So
Sir, please,
this is a physical
Javed,
project.
You please be worried about your project, sir. Your course,
Yes, sir.
What kind of courses you are taking? What courses you are taking?
So refrigeration and air conditioning.
One, very good. How many project reports you have for that? Zero.
Hello.
Sir,
I would request, please, and questions can be asked at the end. This is humble request. Let the presentation.
Anyway, okay. No, just like that.
Then it becomes a discussion. Then it doesn't become a lecture. My humble request to participants. I am as a participant requesting.
Very good, very good. So, okay, we will try to complete, and then I clearly understand people are just worried about the entire program or entire department or entire institute. Please be worried about your course. In the starting itself, I have told, I am worried about my thermodynamics course. I am the best faculty, means I will be worried about my course. How course outcomes are achieved or not, what kind of supporting documents we will have. It will not be in 100 or 200 or 300 or like only 60 students we are talking about. Okay. Anyway, criteria 2 in SAR, how you will deal with program curriculum, 40 marks. Processes you need to discuss, 25 marks. Contents beyond the syllabus, 15 marks. These 15 marks you will not show, right? So in the sense, contents beyond the syllabus, you can show it in separate file saying that you are doing it for improving the employability of the students. Don't show any curricular gap. Ensure that, please say clearly that your curriculum is able to meet the requirements of POs and PESOs. So no need of showing any curricular gap. So that is what program curriculum, 40 marks. Then teaching learning process, 160 marks. You need to describe processes, 25 marks. Initiatives to improve the quality of semester tests. Describe processes followed to ensure or improve quality of teaching and learning based on following points, 25 marks. Initiatives to improve the quality of semester tests and assignments, 15 marks. Then quality of experiments, 15 marks. Quality of students' projects and report writing, 35 marks. Industry interaction and community services, 30 marks. Information access facilities and student-centric learning initiatives, 15 marks. New initiatives for embedding professional skills, 15 marks. And co-curricular and extracurricular activities, 10 marks. All these are as we have discussed in the presentation. Same way you need to proceed further. Anyway, we will see that copy also again. Officially, we will see that copy and then we will end the presentation. So, criterion 2, program curriculum and teaching learning processes, 200 marks. 2.1, program curriculum, 40 marks. So, don't show any curricular gaps, don't show any curricular gaps. Say that your curriculum is meeting the TOs and TSOs meticulously. Okay. Then 2.2, teaching learning process, 160 marks. So first one is related to the academic activities, theory courses, how you are doing. Second one, examinations, semester tests and assignments. Third one, experiments. Then fourth one, projects and report writing. Then fifth one, industry interaction and community services. Sixth one, information access facilities and student-centric learning initiatives. Then professional skills, embedment of professional skills and soft skills. Right? For every program, you can have additional facilities given to the students for improving the employability. Those details. Then last one, co-curricular and that is eighth one, co-curricular and extracurricular activities, 10 marks. So under separate headings, you will be able to give all the details, whatever we have discussed, right? Very, very important one, 2.2, teaching learning process, 160 marks. 2.2.1, describe processes followed to ensure or improve quality of teaching and learning based on following points, 25 marks. 2.2.2, initiatives to improve the quality of semester tests and assignments, 15 marks. 2.2.3, quality of experiments, 15 marks. Right? Whatever we have discussed in PPT thoroughly, the same thing we need to explain here in SAR. 2.2.4, quality of students' projects and report writing, 35 marks. Then 2.2.5, industry interaction and community services, 30 marks. 2.2.6, information access facilities and student-centric learning initiatives, 15 marks. Then 2.2.7, new initiatives for embedding professional skills, 15 marks. And the last one, 2.2.8, co-curricular and extracurricular activities, 10 marks. So that is with regard to criterion 2, program curriculum and teaching learning processes, 200 marks in SAR. So friends, I would like to stop here.
Is there any questions from participants?
Any doubts you have, you can ask. So I must suggest all of you that don't just vaguely go about SAR. This is only a guideline, right? Think realistically and then ensure that you face the committee very well. All have problems, but that doesn't mean that those are main and very, very important. All these are guidelines only, right? So, okay, that is where I would like to end my presentation. Thank you all for your patient listening and all. Any doubts you have, you are welcome.
Yes, any questions, participant?
Very good. Vinod Vanavi sir, you have clearly mentioned no more questions in the middle. Very good. Vinod Vanavi sir. Anybody else has questions?
If no questions, then please write in chat box.
And I must tell you that even those, whatever the guidelines they are telling in SAR, some mistakes may be there. That doesn't mean that we will blindly follow them. And we will not be in a position to guide the NBA people or AICT people. Sir, this is wrong, that is wrong. That is what. As we are saying, what as per the directive of our higher authorities, we will work. Can we be in a position to say that this is wrong or that is wrong to AICT or NBA or to our director or to our higher authorities? So as long as that is not possible, let us not be worried about that. Right? Anyway, very good.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yes.
Sir, which co-curriculum activity add in the curriculums? Co-curriculum activities. Which point you have to include?
NCC and NSS, sir.
But sir, excuse me, there is no NCC in our polytechnic levels.
Okay, then please go for yoga cell, yoga club, dramatics club. Those are sufficient.
Right.
Yoga club, dramatics club, singing and dancing, all that is fine. And then be worried about co-curricular, like your people participating in design competitions, programming competitions, and hackathon competitions like that. Okay, concentrate more on co-curricular. And extracurricular activities maximum possible, like yoga cell, then dramatics club, 2-3 clubs, doing activities not frequently, once in a year or like. Normally annual function will be there, right, sir? So that annual function we can do it in 2 ways: technical events and non-technical events. Non-technical events are under co-curricular activities, technical events are under curricular activities. Okay, sir? Okay, sir.
Yes, Ghator sir. Any question?
And other institutions also, they like NITs and IITs also, they conduct technical events and non-technical events. Ensure that our students participate in those respective disciplines. So that will be our co-curricular and co-curricular and extracurricular activities scenario. Okay. Anybody else?
So no more questions, sir.
Okay. I think the professor will come back, or he has logged out. Otherwise, okay, we will stop.
Okay, I will conclude, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. You can conclude.
So, in criteria 1, sir has discussed why accreditation is needed. It is mainly to promote and recognize the excellence, the institutions, students, employers, and the public at large, confidence and assurance on quality to the stakeholders, and institutes get benefit from the process of continuous quality improvement. The purpose will be served through the accreditation, like support and advice, confidence and assurance on quality, assurance of the good standing of an institution, and enabling an institution to state publicly. The impact of accreditation, it is mainly on quality improvement, improve enrollment and student in terms of quality and quantity, securing necessary funds, enhances the employability of pass out student, motivate faculty, and create the sound and challenging academic environment in the institute premises. The benefits to this accreditation to the institutes are to know its strengths and weaknesses, innovative and modern methods of teaching learning process, give institute a new sense of direction and identity through accreditation and NIRF. It promotes the intra and inter-institutional interaction, and we always ask for new innovative methods of teaching learning. Then in documents, evidences are most important criteria for NBA. NBA is based on SAR of respective department or program. It depends on the presentation given by all the faculty of that particular program. So in case of NBA, we need to use the word program for department, and instead of saying the subject, we need to say course. In accreditation criteria of SAR document, the main criteria is criteria 2, 3, 4, and 5, where we can score the maximum marks. And do not worry about the facilities and the technical support of that institute if the institute is AICTE approved. Then program outcome is the ability to be expected after completion of the program. Then criteria 1, institute vision, it indicates that what you want to become, and it is a single statement. The mission of the institute indicates how do you achieve that, and mainly 3 statements are included in mission of institute. For department vision mission, the same criteria we need to follow like an institute. Then program educational objective, that is PEO, it indicates why students join your program, and it mainly 3 to 5 statements. For making this institute vision, we must take care about the lab facility, the competent faculty, then create an excellent teaching learning environment. The vision and mission of the program must be in line with the vision and mission of institute. It is course outcome, that is CO, it means ability to be expected after completion of course. And it is a student centric, it is not a teacher centric. Then in PEOs, we must include the basic and advanced knowledge, the employment in public and private sector, higher studies, the entrepreneur data, and solve industrial and social problem. While framing the PEOs, the important things are the PEO should be consistent with the mission of the institute. All stakeholders should participate in the process of framing PEOs. The number of PEOs should be manageable based on the needs of stakeholders. It must be achievable and specific to the program and not too broad. It should be not to be narrow and similar to the PEO. Then, so also discuss while establishing the consistency of PEOs with mission of the department, we need to map PEOs with mission by using the 3 levels. Where 1, 2, 3, these levels are used. Where 1 indicates is low level, when indirectly linked, then we can use 1. When it is slightly linked, then moderate, that is level 2 is used. And if it is directly linked, that is highly linked, then you can use the 3 level. Then in criteria 2, if we are adopting the curriculum from board of the state, then we must take the process of framing it and don't change the curriculum regularly. Then the also discuss the aspects of program curriculum and teaching learning process, which includes the program curriculum leads to the attainment of POs and PSOs must be designed, and how program curriculum is designed, published, and disseminated. Then the structure of curriculum must contain the course code, course title, the total number of conducted hours, and the credits to be given to that course. Let's discuss the important things to remember in teaching learning process, where we need to start the academic year. Then faculty meeting to be to set the target of CO and PO. The classes will take place regularly. The class test 1 must be conducted. Then class committee meeting must be carried out, which is nothing but the quality improve committee, which constituted of CR, HOD, and faculties. For polytechnic and undergraduate institutes, this quality improve committee, which is nothing but class committee meeting, is very, very important. Then before the end of semester, conduct the faculty meeting for discussing the problem backlog in class test. At term and examination, collect the CO based feedback. Then PO based feedback collected at the end of the year by conducting stakeholder meeting, where stakeholder involved in these meetings are faculty, outgoing students, alumni, employers, students, and industry and parents. According to academic calendar, perform the different respective academic activities. In quality of internal semester question paper, assignment, and evaluation, we must do the activities like 2 internal class tests, 3 assignments including 1 surprise, 1 group, 1 take-home assignment. Then quality of student project must be application-oriented, product, research, review, and industry-related. Generally, class test 1 covers course outcome 1 and course outcome 2. And class test 2 covers course outcome 3 and course outcome 4. And assignment covers course outcome 5. Through the guest lecture or project or lab setup or industry interaction, we can improve. The industry internship summer training program, we need to organize more and more. Then in course file contents, we need to show the timetable. We are showing the slot of particular course, syllabus, which indicate the CO, COPO matrix, the lecture plan, and handwritten material, PPT, assignments, class test, final exam paper, model answer scripts, result analysis, outcome assessment report, that is CO assessment, attendance record. And also we can show the tutorials, the course specification, exam paper with solution and resultant report. Then, so also discuss that in lecture plan, We must indicate the objective of the lecture, the abilities expected from that lecture, that is known as ILO, that is intended learning outcome, then the tools and teaching aids used for that lecture, the actual lecture in detail, the problem based on that lecture, model question from the lecture, and the references. For slow learners, the remedial classes and the mentoring should be conducted. Then quality of student project, at least 4 to 5 projects must be based on application, product research and review or industry related. Try to improve the industry interaction through guest lecture, project and lab setup. Organize more and more industry internship summer training program. And it always better to say that there is no curriculum gap in our syllabus, in our curriculum. Then sir also discussed that in teaching learning process, we must take care of the self-learning for bright student, learning beyond the syllabus to increase the employability, co-curricular and extracurricular activities must be conducted and records must be generated. Then in content beyond the syllabus, always say no gap in the curriculum, and here additional topic can be shown to improve the employability. Include bright students for developing the project. In centric learning initiative and effective implementation, we can encourage the students to attend the online courses. We need to show only SAR relevant document to the committee. Provide relevant information as per the format and carefully compile and authenticate the data. Then proper data must be shown in the form of pie chart or bar or in the form of graph. We must give the positive reply to the committee. 6 years we can review your PEOs, that is program educational objective. So thank you so much, sir, for giving
Thank you,
a brief
ma'am.
introduction
Yeah,
to
thank you.
and criteria. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. And somebody is Rampur is he's asking about industry interaction in polytechnics. That is possible. Maximum possible thing they need to do in polytechnics also with regard to industry interaction. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, participants. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunities. Thank you, one and all. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Our next session will start after 5 minutes. So participants are requested to stay here as it is.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. We'll start, sir.
आवाज येतोय माझा?
मॅडम
हाँ येते sir. Shall I
कधी सुरू
start, sir?
होणार आहे?
Yes, yes, please.
किती टाइम आहे?
Participant, please. Other participant, please mute yourself.
ओके ओके थँक्यू.
So good afternoon to everyone. Now next session is based on the criteria 3, that is first part course outcome mapping. And Dr. Sanjay Rajurkar sir is with us to conduct this session. Dr. Sanjay Rajurkar sir is currently working as the Associate Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at Government College of Engineering, Chandrapur, Maharashtra. He has done PhD from Malviya National Institute of Technology, Jaipur in 2010. He has more than 28 years of teaching and research experience. Sir guided one PhD research scholar, published 3 papers in international and national journal, and 9 papers in international and national conference. Sir conducted more than 10 STTP program based on NBA program outcome attainment methodology. Sir published 3 patents in Patent Office Journal named as the preparation of alternate fuel from turmeric, zero radius differential, the cottonseed oil used as an alternate fuel. Sir published a book on supply chain modeling for perishable food products in 2017 in Lambert Academic Publishing. Sir also worked for the Modrop grant for heat transfer lab of rupees 10 lakh at Government Polytechnic Nagpur. Sir is life member of IST, member of Institute of Engineer, life member of Solar Energy Society of India, and life member of Association of Machines and Mechanism. Sir handled the charge of principal with financial power in absence of regular principal at Government Polytechnic Sakoli and worked as the project officer for community development program run by MHRD Government of India from GT Nagpur and GT Gadchiroli, Maharashtra. So on behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I welcome you, sir, and I hand over the session to Dr. Sanjay Rajurkar, sir. Sir, please proceed.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so very good afternoon, dear all. Initially, thanks to the organizing committee. आवाज येतोय ma'am माझा?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. Thanks to the organizing committee of JP Thane for organizing such a wonderful 1 week AICT IST sponsored refresher program on NBA accreditation preparation evaluation. Really, it's a very good topic because currently that is in most of the institutes they are going for NBA accreditations, and for the purpose of that definitely we need the basic knowledge. What are the various processes which are supposed to be there? What are the documentations which are supposed to be required in order to fulfill the criteria of NBA? Principal Sir JP Thane, Dr. Nikiket Malna, Program Coordinator Ms. Varsha Khandekar. Thanks for giving me a chance and opportunity to share my views on OB as well as on COPO mapping, which relate with criteria 3 on NBA. I am also thankful to this digital technology because it's very difficult as such in the today's scenario to discuss and to share views. But in this COVID situations, this digital technology gives us a lot regarding sharing of individuals' views as well as sharing of knowledge. In today's sessions, we are going to cover a little bit introduction of OBE, its key parameters, definition of various parameters, benefits, methodology of writing COs, that is the most important aspect, and later on how to map that CO with the PO. And for the purpose of that, how to write a CO, that is the most important, that we are going to discuss. So without wasting much more time, we will start our session. Basically, I think in the last previous 3 days, we have already discussed regarding the basic criteria of OBE, basic need of NBA, but still we have to move with this one because we are in a position to require the same one again and again. So what is OBE? OBE is nothing but outcome-based approach, means knowing what you want to achieve and then taking the steps to do so. Whatever the requirements which are supposed to be there, how to reach to that particular point. Accordingly, we have to decide, accordingly, we have to plan, and you have to move in that particular fashion. What the students need to learn, what the students should demonstrate to the professional world accordingly, because as per the requirement of the situations, as per the requirement of the students, as per the requirement of the environment, you have to design your curricula, you have to mold your product, that is students, as per the requirement of the situations. Accordingly, you have to design both curricula as well as the mechanism, delivery mechanisms to build the required skills and competency in our product. No doubt, Washington Accord is an agreement that establishes the equivalence of other countries, accredited professional engineering programs. Accredited engineering graduates are recognized by other signatory countries. Possible employment as engineers in those countries without further examinations or without further entrance. There is no need for that. Once you are having a tag of NBA, definitely you are in a position to attain. Signatories have full rights of participations in the accord. Qualifications accredited or recognized by other signatories are recognized by each signatories as being substantially equivalent to accredited or recognized qualifications with its own jurisdictions. So this is how we are one of the part of a signatories, and that's how we are in a position to move further as and when we are acquiring that level of competency in that particular area. What is NBA then? It's NBA is a National Board of Accreditation, which are supposed to be focused on the adoption of OBE approach for all engineering programs in India from 2013. We are moving further constantly, and at this level in 2020-21, we are reaching at a higher level as such. Most of the engineering colleges as well as the polytechnics, they are acquiring a gradation of NBA. Why we go for this? Why there is a necessity of accreditation? Just to have a quality assurance. Definitely we always moving in that particular direction, so that whatever the product which are producing, which we are supposed to produce, so that product is having a better quality. We must say my product is the best quality product. So accordingly, in order to assure the quality in my product, in our product, we have to go for the accreditations. Recognitions by the stakeholders, definitely, and it's a branding. NBA, if once you are getting a tag of NBA, so it's a very big brand as such. Recognition of graduates globally, and definitely there are the chance for the international mobility because of the Washington Accords and because of the agreements multiple levels with respect to the signatories. Different criteria are there. I think you already discussed. On an average 10 number of criteria are there and 1000 marks are there for the same. Individual criteria are assigned individual marks, and accordingly you have to acquire the same. For the purpose of that, you have to prepare documentations. For the purpose of that, you have to assign or you have to go further for setting up laboratories, setting up project labs, for preparing a documentations in that particular scenario, in that particular formats, and accordingly you are in a position to acquire that marks which are supposed to be allocated to the individual criteria. Now here today we are going to discuss some criteria number 3, because which relates to the course outcomes. What is course outcomes? How to write a COs? What are their POs, or what is program outcomes? How to map the COs and the POs, what are the methodology which is supposed to be there, because different number of techniques are there. Out of that, we are selecting a few one, and by using that, we are in a position to map that. And later on 4, 5, 6 that relates with the students and the faculty informations, facilities, and there is a necessity, because it's NBA is nothing but again a continuous improvement process, because when once we approach or once we are using a OBE outcome based approach in order to cover up our curricula or in order to cover up the course and hence to attend the PUs, there are definitely lacunas are there, because we are moving in one directions, and if we are not reaching to that point, so definitely, because not that is in a class, if suppose 60 number of students are there, all are not getting 100% of marks. Few are there who are getting 60, few are there who are getting 70, few are there who are getting 80. So definitely the one who are getting 80 marks or 80 percentile, still there is a gap of 20. Why he is not supposed to reach to 100? Why 60? What's the reason why there is a gap of 40? So likewise, number of process, the number of techniques or number of scope is there for the purpose of improvement, and this is our criteria number 7 is a continuous improvement. You have to find out the gap. What is the requirement of environment? What is the requirement of situations? हमने वो requirement fulfill किए है क्या? नहीं है तो where are the lacunas? Why? And on the basis of that, we have to find out the gap, and accordingly we have to go for further actions. So this criteria number 7 is relates with the continuous improvement. 8th one is the first year academic student supports, and little bit variations is there in a polytechnic criteria as well as the engineering criteria. On an average, this much this type of marking scheme is there. On an average, the total are 1000 marks. Out of that, if you acquire or if you are getting a 650, you are in a position to get accreditations for a period of 3 years. If it is more than 750, then definitely it is for 5 to 6 years. That depends upon situations. Again, program to be accredited will have to be based on OBE. Obvious, if you are having OBE, then and only then you are in a position to go for NBA. Otherwise, no OBE, no accreditation. It's a strength that is a fixed rule. You may call it as a thumb rule. That means no OBE, that means no accreditations. So that's why this accreditation, that means what are the criteria which are supposed to be designed and developed by MBA, you have to work in accordingly in that particular fashions. Then and only then you are in a position to perform a task. What are the basic benefits of OB? More directed and coherent curricula, because this what are the curricula which was supposed to be there, which are supposed to be designed as per the requirement of a situation. So it is more directed. We are not diverting. We are focusing only on our goal. What is the requirement of a situation, and according to that we have to design our curricula. Graduates will be more relevant to industry and other stakeholders, because we are designing, we are developing the skills in that particular fashion. So that what is the exact requirement? उस कंपनी की नीड क्या है, उस कंपनी को क्या चाहिए, what kind of skills are required, whether it relates with the CNC, whether it relates with automations, or whether it relates with the robotics. So we try to give only that much, no doubt in addition to that others also, but more competency in operating robots and operating the CNCs, likewise writing a program on CNC. So likewise you have to give more concentrations on that, and because of that, once you are reached to that particular concern, so definitely he is in position to perform a task. So that's why here, whatever the graduates or whatever the students, they are more relevant to with respect to the need of industry as well as the stakeholders which are supposed to be there. Basic constituents of OBE, this also we already discussed. There are the missions and vision statements. You have to define where you want to go. Mission statements, you have to again define what are the requirements, what are the facilities which are available with you in your institutes, in your surrounding, wherever you are working, regarding the locations. And on the basis of that, you have to define the program educational objectives. Program educational objectives are nothing but the media which gives us the overall strength of our institute as well as our output. Because you are in a position to measure the PEOs, whatever the statement which are supposed to be there, because it are measurable. You are in a position to measure once your product is working in that particular scenario for a period of 3 to 4 years. If it performs, because it will check. We are using this OBL, that is program educational objective, for the purpose of check कि really अपन ने जो भी इनपुट्स दिए हुए अपने प्रोडक्ट्स में वो इनपुट का रियलिटी में यूज हो रहा है कि नहीं, whether what are the skills which you develop in your product, whether that skills are implemented in real fashions or not. So accordingly, then that industry persons gives us feedback. Okay, whatever the products which you are having, your product, it is up to the level, or otherwise they will suggest us. वो बताएंगे कि अपने को नहीं यार लिटिल बिट उसमें मॉडिफिकेशन चाहिए, आपने सिर्फ उनको प्रोग्रामिंग बताया है, उनको फिर बाकी एडिशंस उनको बताओ कि सपोज समथिंग wants to add up or rectify in that situations, how to rectify it, how to find the faults and remedies, how to select the remedies over that. So that part is also you are in if you add this. So likewise, such kinds of feedbacks are coming from the individual persons wherever our product is working. Graduate attributes are nothing but which are supposed to be these, all are the attributes which are required in our product, and it are already defined by the NBA. It is already there in NBA guidelines. You have to link up that graduate attributes with your program outcomes. You have to define program outcomes. That program outcomes are nothing but in line with the graduate attributes. So what are the attributes which are supposed to be required by the NBA in our product? Or these all are the attributes. So in a normal day-to-day life scenario also we need that. So accordingly you have to define a few parameters of the program outcomes, little bit statements of POs, and next to that, according to that, what are the POs which are supposed, because these POs are the program outcomes. So after completion of graduations in our product, so this much attributes must be there, and according to that you have to define a skills, you have to go for the courses, you have to define a course outcomes, and then definitely you have to go for the attainment or the mapping of that. So in reality, whether it is mapped with that or not. So according to that, you have to define all. So this is the another pictorial view of key constituents. There are the vision, there are the mission, there are the POs, there are the program outcomes, and related with that, there are the course outcomes, and in depth of that, there are the specific learning outcomes also. Because in a chapter, in a course, there are, if suppose the 5 number of chapters are there, individual chapters also consist of sub-contents. So on the individual contents, you have to work on that, and accordingly you have to go for a specific learning outcomes. What exactly you want to talk to our product or to the students. Again, this the simple definitions. I think this also you already discussed. So vision is a picture of the future you seek to create, described in the present tense as if it were happening now. Again, it shows where we want to go and what we will be like when we get there. So there is a simple definition of vision, where you want to go exactly. And for the purpose of that, what are the resources, what are the requirements which are supposed to be there? That comes under the heading of mission. Mission statement defines what an institution is, why the institution exists, its reasons for being. It defines what are we here to do together. Why? In our institutes, once you join, maybe as an assistant lecturer or maybe as a lecturer or the associate professor or a professor, what is your aim? What are your objectives? According to that, you have to work. Because initially, that is finally, you have to reach to your goal. And goal is nothing but you have to develop our product, and that product is must having, or you have to be care regarding implementation of all the competencies which are supposed to be required. Because nowadays, that is, it's a competitive scenario, competitive market. So in that particular scenario, our product must stand there. And for the purpose of that, definitely we must provide whatever the requirement which are supposed to be there of the system, of the surrounding, of the concerns of the industries, out of the total one you have to put all at the most maximum, not all, suppose 100%, it is not possible always, but at the most maximum competency you have to put into your a little bit difference is there. That is, mission statement is what an organization is all about. Mission statement is what the organization wants to become. Mission statement explains what the organization does, for whom and the benefit. Mission statement describes how the future will look if organization achieve its mission. Mission statement gives the overall purpose of an organization, whereas vision statement describes the picture of the preferred future. I think this all you have already covered up. Then come to the program educational objectives. The program educational objectives are the broad statement. They are not a fixed one. It is a broad statement that describes the career and professional accomplishments that the program is preparing graduates to accomplish. And definitely it should be measurable, it should be appropriate, realistic, time-bound, and achievable. We may say, always say, what are the statements which you have written regarding the POs, regarding the POs, as well as regarding the COs also, all must be smart. They must be measurable, they must be appropriate, they must be realistic, there must be a time bound and achievable. What is the basic significance of POs? Why we go for this? POs are meant to guide the program towards continual improvement. This is what we already discussed. From the PO, what are the feedbacks which are there from our stakeholders or from the industry persons? There is a need for the improvement. They are giving, or from there we are in a position to find out the gap. What exactly, what they need, and according to that we have to move forward. So it's a process of continual improvement, and for the purpose of that we always need a statement and always need a feedback. So PO provides the concrete and measurable steps towards achievement of goals. It also provides the crucial link between the program and the needs of the stakeholders in the program and the vision and mission of the requirement of the institution. This is, and because of this, it's a very important asset. Because हमने मार्केट में तो अपना प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च कर दिया है, बट वो प्रोडक्ट किस लेवल पे है अकॉर्डिंग टू एज पर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ कस्टमर्स, वेदर इट satisfied the customers partially, moderate, or fully, that you have to define, or that feedback you have to collect. If it is partially, then definitely there is a lot of scope for the improvement. If again it at a level of moderate, there is also still there are the scope for the improvement. And if it is at the very high level, there is no need, but still we are in a position to go further. We want to achieve the highest level. So because of that, so a continuous improvement is there, and for the purpose of that, we need a feedback, and that feedback we are getting by using this particular statements of PEOs. Will be helpful in curriculum design, careful curriculum design. Here we are using a word careful curriculum design, because as per the requirement of situations, you have to design a curriculum. You have to design content of the curricula in that particular fashion. What is the exact requirement of a industry? What they required. Now the automation is there, and for the purpose of that, automations में क्या-क्या चाहिए उनको? Robotics है, या फिर automated machineries है. How to work on that particular machines? वो curricula में अपने आना चाहिए. If suppose if it is not there, then you have to inbuild that, incorporate that, and accordingly you have to move further. So for the purpose of this, it's very much essential for us to it will use us the feedback, and according to that you have to design. Continual monitoring of student progress, assessment of outcomes, and evaluation of the curriculum by the program primary and major stakeholders. Establishment of the POs normally follows the process of identification of stakeholder needs. Basic, how to write a statements, that depends upon situation to situations. Little bit definitions or a little bit methodology POs to, because here also we have to think of what different attributes which are there, and that all attributes are supposed to be incorporated in your statements. To acquire a strong background in basic science and mathematics, to develop the ability to demonstrate technical competence in the field of variables, maybe electrical, maybe mechanical, maybe civil, and obvious develop the solutions to the problems whatever the kind of problem which are supposed to be arise in that particular scenario, you are in a position to perform well on that particular problem. You have to analyze the problem, you have to use the solutions. So likewise, you have to write some few statements, and accordingly you have to work on that. Later on, what are the vision statement which was there, what are the missions which are mission statement which are supposed to be there, accordingly you have to map each one. If suppose the mapping is not there, then again it creates a problem. One-to-one correspondence chahiye wahan. So likewise, whatever the statement of mission is there, whatever the statement of vision is there, whatever the statement of POs are there, you have to map it. Then and only then it's we are in a position to reach to a level of attainment. Otherwise, again it creates a problem. अगर आपका यही mapping नहीं हो रहा तो future में, in due course of time, it's very difficult. So that's why what are the statements? यहाँ पर अपन जो भी statement लिख रहे हैं regarding POs, regarding missions, regarding mission statements, all are interrelated with each other. Graduate attributes, which are supposed to be these all graduate attributes, which are supposed to be already defined and developed by NBA. So there is no need to go in depth of this. It are the qualities and the skills and understanding a university community agrees its students should develop during their time with the institutions. These attributes includes but go beyond the disciplinary expertise or technical knowledge that has traditionally formed the core of most university courses. And for the purpose of this Washington Accord agreement itself, they are defined 12 number of GAs, graduate attributes for engineering. How? Now, what is the use of this? Because on the basis of these graduate attributes, we have to define our program outcomes, and with respect to that program outcomes, we have to define a course outcomes. So I think this also we have already covered. There are 12 number of GAs. One is the engineering or the basic knowledge, problem analysis, and to the individuals, they are also already given the definitions of that particular attributes. Engineering knowledge, they are already defined. Problem analysis also they are defined. So likewise, individual definitions is there. Design and development of solutions, investigations, modern kinds of tools, usage, the engineering and society, environment and sustainability, ethics, individual and teamwork, communications, project management, lifelong learning. So these all 12 number of GAs are there. I'm not going in much depth of this because we have to proceed. Our task is we have to map, and before that, just to know what is the graduate attributes, because it are required. You have to go for writing a COs. So for the purpose of this is very much essential or required. Then the program outcomes are narrowed statement that describe what students are expected to know and be able to do upon the graduations. That is after completion of graduations, what exactly the students are expected to know, and definitely accordingly they have to perform in reality, in industry or in entrepreneurs as and when they tries to. They have to use their own knowledge, they have to use their own skills in order to implement. They have to be in line with the graduate attributes of NBA. And again, the POs are specific, measurable, and achievables. And it transfers the PO into specific student performance and behaviors that demonstrate student learning and skill development. So again, we say that program outcomes are to be smart. It must be specific, be precise about graduates are going to be achieved, measurable, appropriate, realistic, and a time specific. What are the statements of a PO which you are supposed to be writing here? This all must be a smart in nature, that it must be a specific, it must be a measurable, it must be appropriate, it must be a realistic, as well as it must be a time specific, because at the end, because here whatever the curricula, whatever the courses which are supposed to be, these all are time specific, because we are having only 3 years for a diploma and 4 years for the engineering. So within that particular stipulated period of time, we have to focus on different number of different attributes which are supposed to be there, and we try to implement all in much. So these all are the POs which are supposed to be there, on an average 12 number of POs. PSO is also there in addition to PO. That PO is the program outcomes, whereas the program specific outcomes, as such, in NBA there is no fixed definitions for the PSO, but it is a subset of PO. It is a specific outcome of the program. This outcome based on the local needs or conditions. For example, if suppose more power plants exist nearby the institute, then PSO based on the needs of power sector industry. So likewise, and suppose in some area agricultural lands are there, that is agriculture area is there, then to go for agriculture level. If it is suppose the power sectors, then go for power sectors. Other sectors, auto sectors, go for auto sectors. So likewise, whatever the nearby situation surrounding is there, because finally our product is supposed to work in that particular scenario, so he must. So for the purpose of that, a program specific outcomes also you have to write. Maybe it is 2 or maybe it is 3, not more than that. In addition to the PO, POs are there. 12 number of POs are already there. In addition to that, you have to write a 2 or 3 number of POs. Madam, आवाज येतो है ना माझा? Please,
Yes,
anybody?
sir. It is audible.
Yes, okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, in mechanical engineering, if I write a PSO as a design, fabricate, test, operate mechanical system and also use in power sector. Because here nearby lot of number of power sectors are there, so I am writing a PSO in that particular fashion. Engage in manufacturing or processing quality products and committed for sales of products and provide good service to customers. So likewise, you have to write at least 2 to 3 PSO as per your needs or as per the needs of a surrounding. There are the program curriculum, there are the program outcomes. Curriculum and the teaching learning process are the basis on which the program is built, and the attainment of POs indicates that the job is well done. If suppose if all program outcomes are attained at a level, at a particular level, beyond that particular level, so if you say it is at par or whatever the things which we are in, or we are working in that particular scenario, it is up to the level. So that depends. Why there is a need of curriculum mapping. Curriculum maps can identify, because it's identify the program strength where you are, whether it is at a level of 70%, whether it is at 80%, or whether it is 90%, where you are supposed to use the program strength, that attributes that are widely addressed. And again, in addition to that, if you reached only at 70%, that means there is definitely a gap of 30%. So why? What are the lacunas? Where we are lacking in that particular scenario? According to that, you have to go further for the purpose of improvement. The method is very simple as such for the curriculum mapping. The simplest form of curriculum map is a matrix whose rows are the learning experience, that are the COs, and columns are the graduate attributes, that are the POs. So along rows we are adding the course outcomes, along the columns we are adding the program outcomes. So on an average 10, 12, 15, what are the number of POs which are supposed to be there, that we have to write in column wise, whereas row wise you have to write down all the course outcomes which are supposed to be there for the individual courses, and later on combine it. The curriculum courses includes the general courses, basic science. So these all number of courses are there. We are using a basic course, we are using the general courses, we are using the professional course, we are using the elective courses. So number of courses. To establish the curriculum map, each faculty member reviews his or her course and identifies that the attributes that are addressed in the course based on its contents and the materials. Again, it's not a task of a single or individual one. Whenever you are thinking of writing a COs, before that you have to decide what kind of skills are required in that particular course, and according to that you have to decide a content and then go for writing a COs. So that's why it's a group task. It's not a lone task, or alone it can't be possible. So think on, so prepare groups, maybe with respect to their areas, maybe power sectors, maybe production, maybe design, likewise. And according to that, you prepare groups and go further. Note that it is necessary to ensure that each of the 12 graduate attributes is addressed in at least one course of the curriculum. Whatever the curriculum, whatever the skills you want to develop in your output, accordingly you have to design a content, accordingly you have to design the basic part of that particular course. So here you have to think what are the number of GS which are supposed to be there. In that is individual course must attend or must fulfill the requirement of at least one graduate attributes. All it is just impossible, but at least one it must touch to that particular attributes. Then and only then it is feasible. Otherwise, if suppose you are selecting a course which are not touching to a single attributes, so definitely there is no use of that kind of subject or that kind of a course where you are not providing a knowledge, or where you are not giving a knowledge of ethics, where you are not giving a knowledge of engineering, where you are not giving a knowledge of analysis. So it is of no use. So in that case, definitely you have to think and you have to rethink, you have to revise your curricula, you have to add that particular contents in your course. So this is what are the number of courses which are supposed to be there. For example, if you are having per semester 5 number of course, 8 semester or 6 semesters, so 30 number of courses are there. You have to think of all these 30 number of courses. Maybe few are there in professional level, few are there in core levels, few are there in basic. So accordingly you have to initially you have to prepare a list, and then you have to think of skills which you are supposed to design and develop by conducting a various search conferences, or by discussing with the stakeholders, by discussing with your alumni. So likewise, after collecting the data from the individuals, you have to decide the skills first and then go for the course. This is what's the basic scenario. How? So definitely, whenever you want to write the course outcomes or think in that particular directions, you have to go for using a taxonomy, because there are the different domains of learnings are there. There are 3 domains of learnings. One is a cognitive, another one is psychomotor, and third one is affective. Cognitive relates with brain, psychomotor relates with your hands and legs, that is actual working, and affective relates with your hearts. So generally we may say this domains of learning is nothing but H2, that is hand, head and heart. It relates with that. So how initially what are the number of GS with or POs which are supposed to be there? You yourself decide which PO relates with which domain, in which domain. Maybe it is a cognitive type, or maybe it is a psycho type, or maybe it is affective type. There are the cross also. Few are there which must fulfill the requirements of cognitive as well as the affective. So accordingly also you have to merge it. So this is a simple one, tentative figure where we are putting whatever the number of GS which are supposed to be there, all in individual respective domains. Now next to this, once you put that, now you know what is the definition of a PO if it is on the level of engineering knowledge. So you have to go in depth of that particular definition first. What is the exact meaning of the definitions? Read once, twice, thrice. And according to that, now you have to go for selection of verbs or the keywords. By using these keywords, now your task is you have to write course outcomes for the individual course. And later on, these course outcomes must map with your PO. And that's why we begin with PO. What is the exact definition of PO? Next to that, what are the basic keywords which you are going to apply? And by using these keywords, these all keywords are already there in our taxonomies. If you refer any document related with the Bloom's taxonomy, you will get lot. So you just go through that. So accordingly, once you are getting once you are selecting a keywords, proper keywords, definitely you are in position to write a course outcomes. Likewise, for engineering knowledge, I may write to apply matrix method to solve simultaneous equations in 2 or 3 variables, apply laws of logarithmic, illustrate broad ideas, select and apply. So likewise, for the individual courses, you have to write a course outcomes, that is a CO, which relates with the PO of engineering knowledge. This is what's the simple procedure of writing a course outcomes. First, go through the definitions once, twice, thrice. Select the proper keywords from the respective domain, and then apply that keywords or key, and that is verbs, in order to write a statement. Next to that, because we have to go for the attainment also, that the next our that is method is, whatever the COs are there, we have to map this with the PO, and next to that you have to think of attainment also. Just not only a mapping. If I am mapped at a level of 3, that is at higher level, it doesn't mean it will reach to a level of 100%. How much percentile? For the purpose of finding the attainment, you have to have, or we are using a different techniques. Maybe there are the techniques of direct assessment, maybe there are the techniques of indirect. So direct assessment techniques are, we are basically using that, because here we are getting a direct results. So maybe the internal test, maybe the sessional test, maybe the progressive test, maybe the end term test. On the basis of that, because in a course there are a number of chapters are there are the contents, and on the basis of that contents you are writing a COs, and on the basis of that you are framing a question banks, and later on you are framing a question paper. So definitely, if it are all are linked with each other, definitely the students, once he gain the knowledge, he is in a position to solve that particular. And if suppose our product, that is students, are able to solve the questions given by you, definitely that particular PO or that particular CO initially attained, and hence you may say if that particular PO is attained at a level of 80%, at a level of 70%, or at a level of 60%. That depends upon situation. So these are the some techniques, the direct assessment methods. So this is how. So first one is the first PO, then we go for the second PO, then we go for the third PO. Individually we are defining, we are going in depth definitions of individual POs, and later on we are selecting a proper keywords from the taxonomies, and accordingly we are writing a COs. This is what's our initial stage of a mapping. So I think with respect to time we have to move fast. So the basic method is same. First you go through the PO, definition of PO, select the proper keywords, and then apply that keywords for writing a CO. You have to select the proper verbs for writing a COs. And methodology is a direct or indirect assessment. Indirect assessment is by means of taking the surveys or by collecting the feedbacks on the basis of your that is a way of communications, the techniques, how much percentile that particular guy has absorbed it. Accordingly, you have to take the feedback of from the alumni, from the stakeholders, as well as from the individuals. So I think the time is moving fast. So on every POs, maybe it is of ethics, or maybe it is of teamwork, or maybe it is of individuals, you have to define that statements first, and accordingly you have to select the verbs, and accordingly you have to write a sequence. Now come to the mapping. That means once you are writing a CO by using a different kinds of PO. Now the task of map, again the same thing, that is it is totally depends upon the taxonomy which you are using. In reality is in real sense, maybe it is a cognitive type, maybe it is affective type, or maybe it is a psychotype. The basic steps there of writing a COs is again, as we have discussed just now, you have to make a groups, maybe of individuals, maybe related to the power one side, production one side, design one side. If it relates with the mathematics, so mathematics group, analysis group. So likewise, you have to make a different number of groups and give a task to the individuals. So defining the skills first, and then defining the content of the course. And then finally you have to write a COs. So regarding the COs are clear statement of what students should be able to demonstrate upon the completion of course. They should be accessible, measurable. It is generally good idea to identify between 4 and 7, not more, much more also. So whenever we are writing a COs for the individual course, it's better to write a 4 to 6, not much, because again it's a question of attainment. Again, it's a question of framing a question papers. If you are using a more number of COs, again it creates a problem of setting up papers, selecting a proper verbs. So it's difficult in that particular scenario. So it's easy, or it's better to use 4 to 6 COs for individual course. If it is of a practical plus theory, then go for 3 and 3 likewise. So that depends upon situation to situations. There is no need of these course outcomes. Why Bloom taxonomy? The different levels are there. According to that, we are selecting, and we have to write a COs. Here write 6 COs for course having only theory. Use action verbs according to the Bloom taxonomy in cognitive domain and 1 or 2 in affective domain. Similarly, for course having theory and practical both, use action verbs according to the Bloom taxonomy in a cognitive, psychomotor, and minimum 1 in affective domain. Similarly, course having only practical, in that situations you have to use action verbs according to taxonomy in psychomotor domain and 1 in affective domain. So that depends if whether your course is having both theory or practical. If it is, then you have to use accordingly, or otherwise if it is only theory, then go for the cognitive and affective. If it is only practical, then go for the psycho and affective. So like that depends upon situation to situations as well as the content wise, because it depends upon content, what kind of content is there. And as we discussed, so there are lot number, that means more number of literatures are already available in Bloom taxonomy. You just refer any for selecting or for analyzing the verbs, or for selecting the proper verbs whenever you are in a position to task of writing COs. So first you have to write a COs for a particular course. Maybe it is of a cognitive type, maybe it is of affective, or maybe it is of psychotypes. This may be a course which consists of both theory as well as practical. So that's why here I am writing 6 COs. Out of that, 3 are cognitive, 1 is affective, and 2 are psychotype. Again, why don'ts? Do not use the following action verbs: understand and explain, because both are not measurable. Understand means at what level, up to what extent. Explain, again, at what level, what exactly you want to explain. So be specific. So you are not supposed to write understand or explain whenever you are using a verb. Only use action verbs which are measurable. Then with respect to the different courses, there are the course outcomes. Similarly, you are in a position to write a specific learning outcomes also by using the contents which are supposed to be there. And so here I think we directly switch over to the mapping. Now course mapping facilitates the alignment of course level outcomes with the program outcomes. You have to go for the CO as well as you have to go for the PO, and the attainment as well as the mapping of this. It allows faculty to create a visual map of a course. It also used to explore how students are meeting program level outcomes at this course level. There is lot benefits are there because of this only. If it is mapped proper, then definitely there is a very little gap. If it is not, then it indicates that there is a tremendous gap is there in between, and accordingly we have to think further. Course mapping is used specifically for showing alignment of course and program outcomes and what evidence demonstrate achievement of outcomes. Now, how should we map our outcomes? Earlier we have already discussed, we have to create a matrix listing the program outcomes and require course outcomes, program outcomes column wise and the course outcomes row wise, and develop a key to mark each course outcomes. Enter and 3 to 1, where to write a 3, where to write 2, and where to write 1. 1 we are indicating as low, that is slight. 2 is a moderate, and third one is substantially high, that is, and if it is not, then we are at a dash only or the nil in some situations. So how? So this is a simple matrix. Program outcomes are there column wise and the course outcomes are there in the row wise. Now final structure of our mapping is supposed to be like this: 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 likewise. Now our question is where to write, or at what locations we have to write 1, at what locations we have to write 2, at what locations we have to write 3. So here is the questions now. So first task is you have to write a CO along a row wise, all COs. Then you have to go for defining the strength of individuals, when to write 1, when to write 2, when to write 3. And for this, some literatures are there, that is number of literatures are there, as well as the number of methodologies are also there for deciding a mapping strength of individual level. So the task is yours, choice is yours, you have to go for selecting any one method. So here we try to discuss two methods. Because of this, the number of literatures are already collected, and accordingly, one method, this is the first method. Here, whatever the percentile devotion is there, in order to attain that in a curriculum, accordingly we have to give the mapping strength. If suppose the classroom session, because we are having maybe a particular course is there having a load of 3 hours per week for theory and 2 hours per week for practical, and our general total calculation is we are using a 16 weeks working weeks, let's suppose, in a session or in a particular term. So if we are having a 2 hours or 3 hours per week, that means 48 hours, and 2 hours per week means 32 hours for practical. So 48 for theory as well as 32 for practical. So likewise, this the total for a particular course, in order to complete that particular course, 48 plus 32, that means 80 hours duration is available with us. Now out of that, if suppose 40%, more than 40% of the classroom session addressing a particular PO, that means if suppose more than 32 hours we are devoting to address that particular PO, then we are considering that it is considered that PO is addressed at level 3. If it is in between 25 to 40 of a classroom session addressing that particular PO, it is considered that PO is addressed at level 2. If it is in between 5 to 25, then it is addressed at level 1. If it is less than 5, then it is addressed at level nil or dash. That means null. So this is a simple formula which is supposed to be there in a different literature, and on the basis of that we are collecting, we are having findings of their work, and accordingly they have defined terminologies. How? So once we go for this now, we are having a course, and in that particular course we are writing a different COs. So on an average, you just go on thinking, if that particular course, whether it touched with PO1, whether it touched with PO2, whether it attained PO1, whether it fulfills the requirements of PO2, whether it fulfills the requirement of PO3, and that you have to decide on the basis of the contents which are there on in that particular course. So likewise, if it is there, then just go for marking a cross in this particular fashion. So this is the first step. क्या किया मैंने यहाँ पे, जस्ट मैंने मार्क कर लिया है कि this particular course or the course outcomes and the contents which are supposed to be there, it tries to give the basic knowledge, it tries to give the discipline knowledge, it tries to give the experiments and practice, engineering tools, so that particular kinds of contents are there, and that's why I just marked it as a star. Then along this line, along this rows, I am writing all the COs for that particular course. Now next, यहाँ उसने टच ही किया नहीं है, इस POs को अपन ने टच किया नहीं है, we just write और mark there as a dash, and जहाँ टच किया हुआ है वहाँ पे मैंने क्रॉस मार्क कर दिया. Next to this, मेरे पास मेरा करिकुला है, मेरा पूरा स्ट्रक्चर है. Accordingly, in a particular syllabi, individual course and individual chapter, we are allocating some hours, maybe 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours likewise. So that data is also available with me. Now यहाँ से जो previous table था वहाँ से मैंने देख लिया कि पहला first जो CO मैंने लिखा हुआ है, maybe that is from chapter number 1 or combine chapter 1 and 2. And for the purpose of that, in that particular curricula, the total number of hours devotions are 6 hours. Maybe my PO2 is on the CO2 is on the basis on chapter number 2, chapter number 3 and chapter number 4. Combine करके मैंने लिख लिया है और वहाँ पे मैंने total durations दिए 26 hours. And third one is last 4, 5, 6 suppose. And there the durations which is already there in your curricula is of 32 hours. So likewise, this is 64. 64 means ये particular course को 4 hours per week का load होगा theory. Likewise, practical का 2 hours per week. So 64 plus 32, 96 hours is there with me. If suppose now I have to find how much is the percentile conversion of that. Means मुझे ये पूरा 100% cover up करने के लिए 96 hours लगता है. उसमें से now here for PO1, PO2, 6, 26, 32. अभी इस टेबल के मुताबिक जो previous का टेबल है अपना previous. So here for PO1, CO1 is also there, CO2 there, CO3, CO4, CO5, CO6. यहाँ पे मैंने लिख लिया है PO1, 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 PO1 all CO में. So likewise next is how much is the hours which are required in order to attain that, or the total number of hours required in order to give the idea regarding that particular PO1. So here for the PO1 6 hours, here it is 26, here it is 32, and for these all are related to the practicals. So likewise जहाँ पर भी marking था मैंने वहाँ पे hours डाल दिए. Now next to this, how much is the total hours which are required? Here the total is 96 hours or the session. Total 96 hours are devoted in order to attain PO1. Similarly, 96 hours are required in order to attain PO2. 32 hours in order to attain PO3. 40 hours devotion is there. So likewise now according to our formulae, if suppose the percentile devotion is more than 40%, then the mapping strength of that is 3. So that's why here I am writing a mapping strength of 3, 3, 2, 3 likewise. So for this particular course, my mapping strength comes out to be 3, 3, 2, 3, 0, 0, 2, 3, 3. And here, this is the average of this. So maybe if you want, you can go for change, or if you want to, you can change it. So 3, 3, just I put average. Likewise here also, suppose my average is 2. So I may write 3, 2, 1 also. So that depends what exactly content which is supposed to be there. According to that, because different opinion is there. Because it's again a group task. मैं बोलता हूँ कि नहीं मुझे एक ही चाहिए, और कहीं और कलीग बोलेंगे कि 2 चाहिए, और कलीग बोलेंगे कि 3 चाहिए. So you have to take the average. And likewise, you have to complete the full matrix in this particular fashion. So this is how for this particular course my mapping strength is 3, 3, 2, 3, 0. Likewise, I have to go for all number of courses. Maybe it are 40, maybe it are 30. If suppose 5 number of courses per semester, 6 semester, that means 30 number of course. So 30 number of course के लिए मुझे same exercise करनी पड़ेंगी. And finally, I am in a position to achieve to this particular level. So this is one method. Then another method is also there. So first one is on the basis of percentile hours devotions to attain that particular PU or to touch that particular PU. And on the basis you have to find out the strength of that. Another one is on the basis of rubrics. Because most of the situations we are defining a rubrics for the purpose of assessment. So this is also one technique. Just here, what are the definitions which is supposed to be there of PO? For example, PO3 are defining in this particular fashion. This definition is already there. Now, these particular single definitions, again I am divided in some performance indicators. number of maybe 3 or maybe 4, that depends again. But if you are making a more number of performance indicators, then again it creates a complications because it's a big matrix. So here, these single definitions I am defining, or I am dividing in 3 parts. One as a performance indicator 1, another as a performance indicator 2, and third one as performance indicator 3. Design a system for the solution of engineering problem. Design the component of the system with meet the desired specifications, consideration level of public health safety, all this. That means single definitions I am dividing in 3 parts. Furthermore, again these 3 indicator levels again divide into 3 parts. Bifurcating in 3 parts: high level, moderate. High is excel in system design, moderate in system design, and may not be able to design. So likewise, here I am defining a matrix that is single definition in 9x3. Sorry, in 3 performance indicator levels as well as 3 components levels. And next to this, I am writing a COs. These all are my performance indicators and these all are my performance level, where it is supposed to be. High level, moderate or low level. My first definition is define the properties of discrete the system. Here it are not touched anywhere. Second one, you have to grasp the significance of DFT. High level it is at PI1, moderate level as well as low level. And I am taking the average of this 3 to 1 and hence the average comes out to be 2. Likewise for the third CO3, so for the individual one, wherever it are attached or here linked, accordingly I am taking the average. So finally average mapping strength comes out to be for this particular one is 2. So this is also another methodology for writing or for defining the mapping strength for an individual course. So once here I am defining this all, so maximum is because 3 is the maximum one, so 5 number of is there, that is total 15 out of that 12, so percentile comes up to be 80. Again you have to assign within that particular level if it lies in between 0 to 33, 34 to 66. This also for the purpose of this also here, it's your decisions now whether you have to go for 0 to 30 or 30 to 60 likewise, and accordingly you have to finally use allocate a mapping strength for the individuals. So this is all about different courses which are supposed to be there. For individual wise you have to assign and you have to find out the mapping strength for the individual courses. So this is all about from my side. If you are having any questions, any doubts, you may please.
Participants, questions are there. Please unmute yourself. Those having questions, please unmute and ask the question. If you want to put in chat box, then please post in chat box.
Sir, if all the courses when we are making the program articulation matrix, means if in a program I am having the 40 courses, okay, and for a PO1 in a program articulation matrix, out of 3 the average mass for the PO1 will be the 1, okay, so out of 3 it will be the 1. Then what is so is there need to take any corrective action for it?
Yes, obvious, because suppose 1 is it's a very low level now, so it is of no use. Then again you go for changing the content of the individual course, and you try to make at least it is at moderate level. Then only then it will fulfill
how much
your requirements.
Is the expectation out of 3? How much is the expectation that it should cross?
Average at least moderate 2 तो भी होना चाहिए 2 और maximum 3 होने से अच्छा होता है, because at last next to that you have to go for attainment also, no? The actual attainment, because according to that you are setting your question papers, and finally you have to find what is the percentile score of individual students, and on the basis of that you have to find out the attainment, percentile attainment. So if suppose you starts with a low level, so definitely you are not in a position to achieve that desired. So for the purpose of that, always you have to keep at higher level, and according to that you have to design your curriculum.
And sir, what you shown in that mapping strength, depending upon that lectures, in that all the POs are mapped with a 3.
Yes.
Okay. But it should map with a somewhat different level, I think.
Yes. So that depends upon the situation to situation, it differs. Maybe suppose you are designing a curricula on
Can you
practical
repeat
basis.
that, sir? How to map that according to its strength?
So that's why the mapping strength, you have to define or you have to find out the mapping strength. And for the purpose of that, we are just putting one method on the basis of percentile or devotion of a lecture. If your lecture, that means if suppose that much percentile hours is there, so definitely it will be mapped at higher level. But if it is not, so it will again starts with your writing a CO, because you are writing a CO on the basis of the contents which are there in your course. So you have to write a CO in that particular fashion so that it will be easily mapped at a higher level. And according to that, you have to decide.
Is it necessary to the map CO with a scientific method, or is it depend upon just a explanation of individual teacher?
That depends, because here that's why I already discussed. The number of methodologies are there, because again, what's the NBA team whenever they are go for that means visit to your institute, they just ask you. You have to explain that. That's all. If you fulfill the requirement accordingly, then there is no question, because once the technique आप use कर रहे हो, it is of no matter.
Is it necessary to follow the same method by whole institute?
No, not like that also.
Individual faculty can decide his own method.
But still the question is there, because वहीं फिर आपको question पूछेंगे कि same members जो भी आएंगे, वो पूछेंगे कि एक branch में ये methodology use हो रही है, other branches में ये use हो रही है, why? तो आपको वहीं पर explanation देने पड़ेंगे कि why your process or methodologies differ or it is better than their methodology. Because again, it's a question answer technique. So it's better, definitely, obviously, एक institute में है अपन, so it's better कि use a same methodology. No doubt plus minus होता है वहाँ पे. So you just adjust or you communicate or you explain them in better sense so that they can absorb your methodology.
Okay.
So that depends. Anybody?
Yes, Rekha ma'am, you can unmute yourself. Is there any question, other participant?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I have one question.
Yes, sir, please.
Suppose in my syllabus, theory and on each chapter of the theory, there is a practical available in the practical list. So can I combine COs for practical and theory in as one CO for practical and theory? That means suppose I have one chapter, so I have one CO for that one chapter, for practical as well as theory.
No, Mr. Abhijit sir, again there is a question, because generally practical based CO is on the basis of by using, you have to use a psychomotor domain taxonomy. Whereas in a case of theoretical, you have to use or refer the verbs which are supposed to be there in cognitive domain, because that question answer technique is supposed to be there. If you want to combine, then it will again create a problem. How you combine practical and theory both in one CO? So that's why it's better to write two COs, na? Practical, otherwise practical session is deeper and theoretical session is deeper. So on the basis of that, if it is possible, try to write a separate CO by using a psychodomain verbs. Because again, you have to go for the attainment, na? According to that, you have to set your experiment, and according to that, you have to set your exam, practical exam. And definitely in that situation, it will attend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Any more question, other participant? Sir, no questions are there, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, shall I conclude, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, discuss the concept of OB, that is outcome-based education, which is based on what the students need to learn and what the students should demonstrate to the professional world. And accordingly, we need to design both our curricula and the delivery mechanism to build the required skills and competency. NBA is based on Washington Accord. It is an exchange it is an agreement made for exchanging the idea. NBA mainly focusing on the adoption of outcome-based education approach for engineering, and it is started in 2013 in India. So also discussed why NBA is required. It is for quality assurance, recognition by the stakeholders, for branding, for recognition of graduates globally, and international mobility, that is Washington Accord. While writing the COs, we must take care whether the mapping of COs with POs are possible or not. When we are not following the concept of OBE in our academic, it means no accreditation is possible for the program. So also discuss the benefits of OBE, which is more directed and coherent curriculum, and the graduates will be more relevant to industry and other stakeholders. Then Washington Accord defines 12 graduate attributes for undergraduate institutes, and 7 graduate attributes for diploma institutes. PO, that is program outcomes, describes what students are expected to know and be able to do upon the graduation or after the graduation. The POs, while forming the POs, it must be based on the SMART technology, where S indicates specific, M measurable, A achievable, R realistic, and T is time specific. PSO, that is program specific outcome, is a subset of program outcome. It is specific outcome of program. This outcome is based on the local needs. Then program educational objectives provide the guidance for the program towards continual improvement. So discuss the curriculum mapping. This mapping is done by framing the matrix where the rows are indicated by course outcome and the column indicates the program outcome. There is no compulsion that every course must get mapped with all the POs. So also discuss the 3 domains, that is cognitive domain related to head, psychomotor domain hand, and affective domain is related to heart. Where cognitive domain mainly comprise PO1, PO2, PO6 and PO7. Psychomotor domain PO3 and PO5. And in affective domain it includes PO8, PO9, PO10 and PO12. While writing the COs, use proper verb. In question bank, use proper verb so that student can understand that question and particular COs can be achieved. Then let's also discuss the direct assessment tools. It includes test, assignment, the rubrics for specific engineering problem, project or product. While framing the COs, the simple trick is go through definition of POs, use proper verb and form a CO. Select the verb from Bloom's taxonomy and accordingly write COs. Then course-wise COs can be formed by discussing with domain-wise faculty group in faculty meeting and finalize the CO. Then corrected COs given to the stakeholders. While mapping, we need to use the level 1, 2, 3. If 1 indicates the low, 2 is for moderate, 3 is for high. And if there is no mapping, then we can put there dash, that is not real, which indicates no relation is there. But how to choose this 1, 2 or 3 level? For this, the different terminologies, different literatures are available. It depends on us to choose whatever methods we want to use for course outcome mapping. So discuss the first method, which is based on the number of hours devoted to particular COs. And the second method is based on the rubrics for POs and PSO, where we can define the performance indicator and performance level, that is 1, 2, 3. So it depends on the institute to choose which method is better for us to form the COPO mapping. But the explanation and justification given to the NBA committee is very important. So this is all about the criteria 3, that is course outcome mapping. So on behalf of Government Polytechnic Thane, I am thankful to Dr. Rajurkar sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And once again, thanks you all participants and the coordinating team of the GP Thane. And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Here, A3 session is concluded. You will receive the feedback link at 4 o'clock. I request. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Varsha madam, thank you.
Yes, welcome, sir. Sir,
thank you.
Rajurkar sir, please stop presenting. Click on that stop presenting.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I request all the participants to leave this meeting and please fill the feedback form till 7 p.m. today itself. Thank you so much for for attending this session.